Exactly 6 o'clock at the MJ Morning Show. MJ Fester, special guest in studio today. Why are you making a grimacing face, Fester?
I don't know that this necessarily counts as a special guest.
Why is it not a special guest?
I mean, I guess it's a guest. and
well,
I mean, she's the most special person of all.
Usually this person is on the phone.
I mean, I consider her more family than a guest.
Michelle joins us. Andrew, is Michelle's camera shot working? It is. Michelle, look, you're on MJ TV right now.
I guess I can see myself.
Hold on, you got to project a little more.
Well, the
Will somebody teach this guest how to work a
Yeah.
microphone?
The microphone is just
There you
terrible.
go.
And Michelle
It's
was
all like crazy to the side.
Michelle was. How are your headphones? Your headphones okay?
They're a little tight, but
Well, they're brand new. I just took those out of the box. You have a brand new pair of Koss Pro 4 AA's, which I have a backstock of at the house. Since you never know when Koss is going to discontinue these dinosaur headphones, which still sound better than most things on the market today. So Michelle walks in, and of course I'm here early. Fester just strolled in 10 seconds ago.
Literally.
Yeah, Michelle's like, I've got to sit on this disgusting chair.
it is rather disgusting. I mean, it's got stains on it.
So, yes, and you do not want to sample what any of those stains are.
All right, so this is insane. Couple of things regarding chairs. So we're supposed to move into the new studio, and it was going to be before Christmas. That didn't happen. Now I'm hearing it's about 30 days out.
Yeah, I saw the engineer yesterday, and he was like, just sucking his teeth outside the studio. Like,
What do you mean he's sucking his teeth?
You ever
What the hell does that mean?
You ever see anybody like, yeah,
a tooth sucker.
So
Almost like an an enophile, like a wine expert, sucking the wine through their teeth to aerate it. Is that it?
no wine involved, but yes.
Okay.
And I see Max, our engineer, and I'm like, hey, Max, what's the ETA on the studio? Because I have nothing else to talk to him about, right?
Please stop.
Not because of him, not because I know nothing technical.
Right.
I don't talk with engineers.
All right.
So I'm just trying to make some small talk. And he's like, well, might be a month. And I'm like, all right. I'm 30. MJ said 30 days. So he said, might be
You
a
know
month.
what? A month, I think, is close to 30 days.
I'm just saying, I have
I'm
confirmation.
thinking it's fairly close. So a couple of months ago, and I believe this is still in effect, I had asked about new chairs for the studio because the chairs in here are disgusting. I don't care about a chair because I don't sit down. We've been doing the show since October of 2020 here at the Beasley Media Complex in St. Pete, and I have not sat down once to do the show. I stand the entire show, so I don't care about a chair, but Fester, you sit, Michelle's sitting down, other people that have been on the show tend to sit down. But the chairs in here are disgusting.
Yeah,
they're falling apart. The fabric is stained. It's awful. And Michelle this morning, I said, yeah, sit over here. And, in the corner spot. And the chair is just, I didn't even notice really how bad that chair was because I don't get around to that side much in the corner. And Michelle's like, oh, God, look at this chair. You want me to sit on this? And it's like just unidentifiable stains and rings, and I don't know what the hell's going on. So, but you are sitting
Well,
on
what else do you want me to do? Stand the whole time like you?
Here's
Nothing.
the point. So I asked about new chairs for the new studio when we finally move in, and the new studio is going to be pretty nice. Michelle kind of helped me with the color palette. We picked out the carpeting color, the wall color, the sound acoustic tile color on the walls. So the studio is going to be very nice. And I asked about new chairs. They said, no, that's not in the budget. New chairs. So we're expected to bring the old stained, broken chairs in the new studio.
That's right.
However, I did mention it to Ron DeCastro, our general manager and vice president of the Tampa Bay market for Beasley Media Group. And he said, what? No, we'll get new chairs. But then I remembered that Ron's furniture in his office is all peeling. And in Ron's office, there's a conference table. And I was just in there dealing with, something unrelated to the new studio. I was just in there earlier, it was late last week. So I was in there late last week. And I didn't want to sit down because he's got those fake leather chairs.
The word is pleather.
Okay. And
really? They still use that word?
Full plastic leather.
The chairs are so old. And I noticed this a couple of years ago when he first took over, when he got the gig and he moved to town. And the conference table in his office has like 4 chairs around, and it's that fake leather, the pleather, and it's all peeling off. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
Where you've got like the white, like threaded material underneath, but all of the like black leatherish substance is all peeling off. So if you sit down and then you get up, it's all stuck to you. So like anyone wearing white,
Little flecks.
forget it. You'll have flecks of black all over you, and it's all peeling. You know what? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. All right. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to his office later this morning because he gets in about, 8?
Yeah,
I'm gonna go to the GM's office, and I'm going to take a picture of the chairs, and I want you to see what this looks like. So I don't know how much confidence I have that we're going to get new chairs for the new studio
I don't know.
when he doesn't even have new chairs in his office. It looks like total ass.
I have no idea. We'll see what happens.
All right.
It's my plan to put a recliner in there.
Yeah.
So that's going to be where I position myself.
Yes, Michelle.
I was just going to remind you, you must have worked at like places that notoriously have horrible furniture because at the other place you used to work,
Yeah.
I remember you came home one day and said, "Oh my God, they have lawn furniture in the lobby for people to sit on."
That was back at the old 93 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had gone across the street and gone to Scotty's or something and purchased like that white plastic
Yeah.
lawn and put that in the lobby for people who were coming in to visit.
This is true. This was like J-Core, and I think we had already become Clear Channel. Remember Joanne back in the business office?
No, it was still J-Core back then.
No, but Joanne, I think, made the transition to Clear Channel in the early days.
Yeah.
But in the lobby over on Gandy, seriously, Michelle's 100% right. We had those white plastic, like Walmart or Home Depot lawn and garden center chairs. You know the white flimsy ones? And then if you weigh too much, the legs bend sideways, like with Fester.
Well,
Fester couldn't use those chairs.
When I got to that radio station for my important interview to be an intern, there was a couch and then 3 of the white chairs across the way.
We had white for how long were those in there? A while.
A couple of years.
But also, wait a minute.
In the lobby of the radio station, we had white plastic lawn chairs.
Wait, Fester, I was told when I walked in the building, "Oh, you don't want to sit there, Michelle," regarding the couch.
Oh, no, I had no choice. I mean, the weight limit on those chairs is like 140 pounds.
You're talking about the couch in some of the programming offices.
Oh, yeah.
Because of the stories of what happened on those couches. Listen, before I got to town, they were the subject of a 2020 expose on ABC.
Yeah. Yes. The lobby couch was not the couch you had to worry about.
Andrew, do you remember those days?
It was.
Do you remember... Remember the whole Liz Richards deal? And unbelievably, it's funny you bring this up. Somebody sent me a YouTube of that ABC report, like in the last couple of weeks.
Hysterical.
Hey, were you there when this happened? I'm like, nope, I didn't come until about 2 years later.
Just missed it.
Nope, I was there after all the shenanigans. All right, 6:09 at the MJ Morning Show. Just getting rolling Tuesday morning. Traffic's on. Shriner. Oh, Michelle says, who drives a motorcycle? As we're pulling into the parking lot this morning, who drives a motorcycle? And I'm like, that's Shriner, our traffic guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, back in a sec.
We're starting to...
6:20 at the MJ Morning Show. Hey, Andrew, some of the audio on that song got a little raggedy. It's like kind of like dropping out a little bit. I don't know. It just didn't sound very clean to me. All right, 6:20. It is Tuesday morning. MJ and Fester. Michelle is live in studio this morning, my lovely wife. Fester, I'm a little disappointed. There was a time where you would jump right on this and you shot it down. Fester shot something down. I'll explain you late in just a matter of moments. First, though, you're kind of into the UFC crap, right? Right?
Okay, I'm not into it to like where I have posters on my wall or something like that. I mean, if UFC is on, I'll watch it. I enjoy it. I mean, I get a degree of pleasure and satisfaction out of watching grown men pummel each other.
See, I don't. You know, there's a neighbor on my street, and I was like kind of early on invited to come over for like UFC guys night.
Right.
And I just said, you know what, it's not me. And I kind of declined, and then I was never invited again, which is fine with me. But I mean, there are, guys that are like totally into the whole UFC deal, and they all, gather in the man cave, get a couple of cases of beer, and it just doesn't really float my boat, the whole UFC thing, whether it's, the females beating the crap out of each other.
Those are the best.
Or whether it's the men.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I watched a UFC fight a couple of weeks ago. Who was fighting? I forget who the top card was.
I told you he was watching a fight a couple of weeks ago.
The second
I was not watching a fight a couple of days ago, a couple of weeks ago, a couple of months ago. I don't care.
They have women who are in boxing is very different than UFC. Very different. Boxing, they just stand there and jab.
Right.
But UFC, it's kind of no holds barred.
Yeah.
And but I like them both. But why?
The reason why I'm bringing this up is,
hey, good move on your neighbor's part, not re-inviting you. By the way,
I mean, Michelle knows who I'm talking about.
Were they serving your favorite, Bordeaux or?
Yeah, the neighbor does have a phenomenal wine collection.
Yeah,
maybe he should have enticed you with that.
Yeah, I don't think the high quality French wines. I don't think those get opened up during UFC night.
No,
I don't think so. Or else, if they were open up like an 82, a Petrus or a 59 Lafitte. If they're opening up some great stuff, maybe I would sit through some UFC crap. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is I never heard of this guy, but I think maybe Fester might have. But also the subject matter kind of intrigued me because it had to do with a little situation on an airplane. So this UFC fighter, they call him a champion, UFC champion. So I'm just curious to see whether you know who this guy is. He got in trouble on a Frontier flight. So he's a former UFC lightweight champion, Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Hold on, you've heard of this guy?
Oh, sure.
Wait a minute, you know this guy?
Yeah, we all call him Khabby.
No, you don't.
No,
you're making this up.
Listen, there's so many divisions. There's so many.
Have you ever heard of this guy?
No, I mean, the guy's lightweight champion for a week. He's a champion forever. I mean, okay.
So, former UFC lightweight champion Khabib Nurmagomedov was removed from a Frontier Airways flight over the weekend. Happened on Saturday.
How big was his boarding pass with the name Khabib Nurmagomedov? That's a long name.
They had a scotch tape, a little extension onto the side.
No, I mean, from what I see, and I don't know him off the top of my head, but he was a very successful UFC, but I wouldn't want to mess with him.
Well, they messed with him because what's that like, having to pull a UFC fighter off of a flight and telling him he can't fly? This is kind of a ridiculous story. So he was removed from a Frontier flight on Saturday. He refused to state whether he would be able to assist other travelers in the event of an emergency because he was in
the exit row?
Exit row.
That's the only row they ask you that question.
Oh, yeah. So the flight attendant will come physically to the exit rows and they'll say, hey, can I have everyone's attention, please? If somebody has earbuds in, hey, can you take your earbuds out? And they ask you, hey, everyone's in an emergency row, and sometimes they're holding up the safety card showing you the instructions on how to remove or open up the emergency exit. And the flight attendants physically, manually will ask each passenger in the exit row or exit rows, because a lot of times it's 2 rows back to back with 2 over wing exits, and they will ask, are you willing to perform the duties in an emergency in the exit row? You know, you have to be able to speak and understand English, and the flight attendant has to get a manual affirmative from the passenger. They have to physically hear you say yes. Are you willing to assist in the event of an emergency if you're in an exit row? And, row 15A's got to say yes. 15B's got to say yes. 15C, D, E, F. Everyone's got to say yes. So I don't know what this guy did. So Nurmagomedov had previously shared a slightly different version of the events, claiming he did not agree to assist. Or, I'm sorry, that he said that he did agree to assist despite what he called rude treatment from a member of the crew.
Whoa, that's
he
not cool.
also suggested that there may have been racial or national motivations for booting him from the airplane, of which Frontier Airlines has denied. What, because he's like Russian or something? So Nurmagomedov was seated in the exit row of a flight preparing to leave for San Francisco from Las Vegas. There was actual footage taken by another passenger and shared on social media, of course. Appears to show a crew member speaking to Nurmagomedov after an earlier interaction with a different crew member. So what's heard is, okay, so what we're going to do is we're either going to have you switch your seat because my flight attendants are not allowing you to sit in the exit row, or you're going to have to get off this plane. The crew member, who Frontier identified as a gate agent, could be heard telling this UFC dude.
Okay.
Nurmagomedov responds, appearing to claim that the treatment toward him is not fair. I'm not going to do this back and forth, the agent later responds. This is all captured on video, before indicating that she would be calling a supervisor to get Nurmagomedov removed from the airplane and then booked on a different flight.
Yeah, and at this point, this UFC champion is very afraid, because nothing scares UFC champions more than getting a supervisor.
A gate agent. Yes.
Well, the gate agent said, I'm getting a supervisor, which maybe they're in charge of 6 or 8 gates.
You're saying that the former UFC champion was shaking in his boots.
I mean, you've never seen this guy beg for mercy in the octagon?
At the threat of an airport supervising gate agent.
Yes.
All right. So Nurmagomedov claimed then on Sunday, the day after the incident, on Instagram, that the Frontier agent was very rude from the beginning, even though I speak very decent English, and that she had approached him after he already agreed to assist other passengers in the event of an emergency. Regarding his removal from the plane, he said, what was the base for that? Racial, national, or other one? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what he's saying.
Let's go with the other one.
He did confirm that they rebooked him on a different Frontier flight. I wonder what the animal was on the tail.
Yeah, right?
On the plane he was kicked off was like the weasel. What was the animal on the...
What's a Russian animal?
The bear. The Russian bear.
Russian bear, yeah, sure.
Yeah. So he was rebooked on another flight to San Francisco about an hour and a half after he was deplaned. He said, I did my best to stay calm and respectful, so he didn't punch anyone in the face and break their nose or bloody them up good. I guess he didn't put any of his UFC skills to use.
He could have.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm grateful he didn't. No, he's I'm reading more and more about him.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of the lightweight guys.
Why is that?
A little scrawny.
Bunch of lightweights.
I mean, I'd rather see the heavyweights.
What a lightweight.
But
you want to see someone like yourself
Yeah.
in the ring?
I want diversity, equity, and inclusion in my fighting.
Yeah.
And I want to see big fat asses.
Fester's in the new obese fat ass category for the UFC.
I want to see the sumo category of UFC. Dana White, let's look into that. I bet you it'd be awesome.
Right. So he said, I did my best to stay calm and respectful, as you can see on the video, but those crew members could do better next time and just be nice with clients. Yeah, a spokesperson for Frontier in an emailed statement said that Nurmagomedov did not respond when initially asked multiple times if he was willing and able to assist in the event of an emergency. According to the flight attendant, Mr. Nurmagomedov did not respond despite repeated attempts, which placed him in a non-compliance mode with FAA requirements.
Well.
Did you just snort? What was that?
I have a snot rocket that can go either way.
All right, please.
I didn't try to make it audible, but I pulled it in instead of shot it out.
It was audible.
Here.
All right, stop.
Oh,
Come on, stop
Hey,
it.
look, I got bats in the cave. I got to clear them out.
Stop it. Anyway, this guy, Nurmagomedov, who is from Russia.
Oh, he is he? Oh,
Well,
I thought he was Mexican.
he's from Tijuana.
Yeah, I never.
Yeah. Anyway, so
From the state of Chihuahua.
He retired from mixed martial arts in 2020. An undefeated record, 29 wins and no losses.
He's a badass.
Sounds like he's a badass. And he was inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame. But a little incident with this guy. Listen, if you're on an airplane, you're in an exit row, you have to verbally agree that you will comply with the emergency exit row situations. All right, so what's going on here? We got some traffic issues?
Yeah, I'm sure that Schreiner will have all the details on it. But
oh, my God, traffic. All right. Yes.
All southbound lanes on the Veterans Expressway north of Waters Avenue is closed. What? Okay.
All right, here is a special traffic update at 6:31. All right, so what? Andrew, turn your microphone on. So, Fester,
he's doing the update?
Well, hold on. Andrew, put your microphone on, please, because Andrew has Andrew has better information than you have.
Okay.
All right, so Andrew, Fester, where is this? This is southbound
Veterans Expressway,
north of Waters.
Right. So in Tampa.
Oh man.
Just north of the airport.
What a mess.
According to News Channel 8, I'm reading all southbound lanes are closed. I, too, am looking at the same video that Andrew is, and I do see the left lane looks like they're scooting by.
So is that like an express lane?
You know what? That might be the express lane.
That's the express lane, right?
The left lane's the express lane, yeah.
All right, so Andrew, what do you know on this?
I'm looking at a camera that's almost right over the incident. Two left lanes of the of the road getting through, plus the express lane.
Okay.
All right. So what is the incident? Can you see exactly what is smashed up? What caused this? What do you see, Andrew?
I couldn't tell what the vehicle was.
I need to know the make and model right now.
Well,
I'll give you the VIN as soon as I have it.
Well, here's the problem right now,
Thank
MJ. With this weird hour before dawn, the lights of the emergency vehicles blinds everything out. You can't really see details on the street. But if you're going into Tampa on the Veterans Expressway, take your time.
Around Waters,
there's no rush.
Yeah, there's a big problem. All right. Thank you, everybody. We got early morons in the news next. Ooh, man, I got a rough one. I got to figure out whether I can get it on. I got a rough morons. Yes, Michelle?
No, just the way you said that.
Oh, I got a rough morons in the news story. I got to figure out how to transmit this one. All right, so hang on. Hey, let's talk about your garage. From MJ World Headquarters, this is Morons in the News. Oh boy, I've got a doozy. I don't even know if I can get this one on the air. I'm gonna try. All right, I'm gonna try this. This is a rough one.
You gonna be okay?
I can give you the headline and, well, try to maybe go from there. Florida man, of course, arrested for allegedly making sexual contact with horse.
What's the part you can't get on?
Well, the horse nostril.
What?
Yes.
I mean,
Okay, that's just disgusting.
I mean, teach your own, I guess, right?
Oh, my God. Oh.
I'm sorry, Mr. High and Mighty Judger over here.
Believe it or not, TMZ had this story. TMZ is now doing celebrity gossip as well as Florida sexual contact with a horse story, apparently. Guy in Florida arrested. Cops allege he made contact with a horse and tried to put his, you know what, in the horse nostril.
I tell you, that's risky, man. That is risky.
You know, horse bites can be nasty.
Yeah, I mean, a horse moves his head just a little bit.
Oh, man.
You're out of commission.
TMZ obtained the arrest affidavit for Donald Calloway, 53-year-old man arrested on December 26th. That's Boxing Day.
Oh,
Apparently, that's Jam Your Unit and the Horse Nostril Day as well.
It is.
All right.
It's a big day in Great Britain.
Yes.
Oh, man. Guess where the guy's from?
Where?
Lake Wales. Yeah, I don't know if this made like Fox 13 or...
How did they miss it? How does Grady Judd not do a press conference on this?
Was this not on... Was this not on ABC Action News?
I mean...
Did Bay News 9 not have this? Right after Weather on the Nines?
And now weather, again.
Yeah. Donald Calloway, 53, Lake Wales, arrested on December 26th. According to the document, police say they received a call about alleged sexual activities involving a horse. The unnamed witness told them that they saw the man standing next. Oh, hold on. Grady Judd did talk about it. Yeah, so listen, this was over Christmas.
It was over Christmas. We weren't in the normal news cycle.
No, I was out skiing. I was at 11,000 feet skiing, 500,000 vertical feet.
And admittedly, I don't think he was like the top story on, Fox 13 or ABC Action News 28.
No. Well, listen, it was Christmas break. Hey, Andrew, can you see if we can find Grady Judd's video? All right, Andrew's going to have Grady Judd's video in a couple of seconds. This is unbelievable.
What was the guy's name?
The dude's, where's that noise coming from?
We have the stupid door open because the
okay.
air conditioner doesn't work.
All right, that's right.
Andrew has his door open.
Donald Calloway.
All right, I found something off of Instagram, the Polk County Sheriff's Office Instagram.
Yeah, that's where, So Grady Judd does his morning briefing.
Yes.
And because I follow Grady Judd at the Polk County Sheriff's Office. All right. Andrew wants me to call Grady Judd. All right. Wow.
We don't need to bother him this early.
So cops said they received a video from a witness, shows exactly what she described to them. I mean, in order to, get it in the horse's nostril, do you have to, get on a ladder?
You would need a stool of some sort.
Yeah, a ladder or...
Well, there's video of it.
Yeah, well...
That's the witness provided the video to the law enforcement.
Right, but the video hasn't been released. That's why we don't...
No.
That's why we have questions.
But also, according to the report, the video doesn't show Calloway actually inserting, but his movements seem like he was certainly doing that.
Well, he said he made a stupid and dumb decision.
I mean, before we go that far, I really have to see a picture of the horse.
Oh, my.
But the horse's name was Raven.
Well, hold on. What's
was
it? A little louder, Michelle.
The horse's name was Raven. A 28-year-old horse named Raven.
Oh, my God. Andrew, do you have Grady Judd's audio from the morning update? Do you have that ready to go? Andrew? Yes? Do you have the audio? Do you have the audio yet? All right. Can you play it from in there? All right, go ahead and hit it. Let's listen to this thing.
I've done this job my entire adult life. And occasionally you run across something that you go, come on, man, that really didn't happen. But it did. I mean, he even admitted it. And here's what happened. He said, well, I had just some sexual frustration. It was really stupid. It was a dumb thing to do. Donald Calloway, who's 53 from Lake Wells, admitted that because he was trying to do the wow thing with the horse, a mare. The mare was 28 years old. She said, nay.
No, sir, I don't like it.
We tried to interview the horse. She said, in my 28 years of being a horse, no one's ever done anything like that to me before, and I hope it never happens again.
Trying to stick a wang in a nostril.
Right. He tried to engage in inappropriate conduct with a horse, which is clearly against the law.
Oh, my God.
Does Donald not know that a horse will bite you? The only thing I can figure,
Oh, man.
he's got a hitch in his giddy up. Well, right now, he's out to pasture in the county jail.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Oh, man.
I mean, have you ever seen a horse up close eat an apple? They just
No.
Destroy those
they
things.
destroy it.
You ever see a hippopotamus eat a watermelon?
I've
Wait.
seen videos of it at
Wait,
the zoo.
wait. I thought you were supposed to feed horses carrots.
You can feed them carrots.
That's a little more.
Oh, they like apples, too.
Yeah, you're right. A carrot would be the same, shape-ish, I guess. I mean, if it has that same point. You
What was the name of the horse, Michelle?
Raven.
Raven.
Raven?
A 28-year-old mare named Raven.
Raven, any thoughts about this Donald Calloway trying to stick his wang in your nostril? Did you do anything when he stuck it in? Oh, there you go. Oh, man.
He must have looked this horse up and down and figured one side he'd definitely get kicked.
That's unfreaking believable. All right, let's change course a little bit with morons in the news. Yeah, Andrew's shaking his head in the affirmative fashion. Yeah, if you're a TV weather guy or sports guy, be careful what you have on your computer monitor. If you're on set and the camera catches you. You ever see the weather guys? They're in the weather center, and they'll say, and coming up next, the big forecast, and you'll get the weather guy and all the computer monitors. Well, I guess there's a similar setup. A sports anchor for the CBS channel out in Sacramento, California, was caught with something on his computer monitor.
Oh, no.
Yeah. He, I guess, forgot to clear his monitor, and he had a picture of Rihanna in lingerie on his computer monitor.
Hold on, that's...
And coming up next, it'll be sports with Jay Gordon, and I guess they show him in his little sports center, and he's got Rihanna on his computer screen. Rihanna in lingerie on his computer screen.
I'm not mad at this guy at all for that.
Is he got audio of this? Or is it that's just the
Here's the audio.
You got the audio? All right,
Yeah.
Go ahead and refresh it. Hit it from the beginning.
Let me refresh it.
Go ahead and then hit it from the beginning. Go
The
ahead.
media, he hadn't been told otherwise.
Oh no, that's just someone narrating the story.
No.
Yeah.
I think it's him throwing...
Great start to last season.
Oh, no, it is.
Taking
you're right.
over midway through the year. I think ending the year
There's
5-4.
Rihanna.
Yeah.
Beating the Rails off of the Chargers in the final game, 68-28. There was a ton of momentum heading into this season. And then it kind of all collapsed. Specifically, though, I would say a lot has to
So
do...
he's talking about what the Raiders collapsing,
Well, the Raiders used to play in Oakland, so I guess they're kind of like, one of the Sacramento teams. They still follow them.
and then right over his shoulder on the computer monitor is Rihanna in like a leather lingerie looking getup.
Okay, but maybe he was shopping for, his lady. Is he married? Does he have a girlfriend? Because this is like from her, Valentine line or something.
Is that Instagram or something? It looks like it just came up on his feed. Or is that Facebook?
I don't know.
It just came up on his feed. He's not searching it out. It came up.
Actually, I thought it was leathery. What is that? Red?
It's red.
Yeah, there's a bigger picture now. Michelle, describe that lingerie.
I don't even know how to. Well, it's it's a bra with a nice pair of panties and a little corset.
But it's
kinda
like
thing.
it's like lace panties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of
But I think
sexy stuff.
I think it's it's from her Valentine's Day maybe line or something, and so maybe he's doing some shopping.
Listen, this is just the general manager saying, "Hey, pal, watch what's on your computer screen." This is nothing terrible.
Jake Gadden, I thought it was Gordon. Jake Gadden, sports anchor for KOVR, Sacramento CBS channel, forgot to take the Rihanna image. I mean, it's some racy-looking lingerie that Rihanna's wearing.
Oh, come on. His computer monitor's you really have to look for it to find it.
Oh, it's from a little more here. It's from Rihanna's Savage X Fenty brand.
Well,
Michelle, are you familiar with Rihanna's Savage X Fenty brand?
Yes, I am.
You can introduce that into the into our house?
Haven't decided yet.
Anytime soon?
Contemplating.
Oh,
Considering.
it was part of a promotional campaign for Rihanna's new Valentine's Day Love Line lingerie collection, which she just recently announced.
Well, now you've spoiled the surprise. All right, send it back. Returns.
You gonna surprise me wearing the Rihanna Valentine's Day sexy lingerie?
Hello, does it look good on her?
Looks great on Rihanna.
All right.
So, apparently, the sports guy at the KOVR CBS Sacramento thought the same thing.
I don't have an issue with this. There could have been a billion different things on his
Right?
computer screen. I'm not offended by this. Okay.
It could be somebody doing something with a horse.
Yeah, right.
And then we'd really be
Yeah.
concerned.
Oh, my God. 6:52 at the MJ Morning Show. Little early morons of the news. 7 o'clock hour starts next. Chips Ahoy. Oh, look, Fester just snapped to attention.
Listen,
Yeah,
it's not the cookie it once was, but it's still a good cookie.
I have Chips Ahoy news. And then speaking of food, there was a time where Fester would have jumped on this, folks. I had a great idea planned for yesterday.
Yeah, let's judge your great ideas.
And Fester just completely shut it down.
Let's talk about your great idea.
What great idea did Fester shut down that you could have experienced on yesterday's show? Well, I'll explain next in minutes here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Stand by. Hey, if you want to... First, snack food breaking news. Oh, yeah. Chips Ahoy breaking news. So, Fester, you kind of poo-pooed Chips Ahoy. Well, listen, I got to be honest. You know, any store-bought chocolate chip cookies just not cutting it for me after Michelle makes a whole batch of the famous Jacques Torres New York Times recipe chocolate chip cookies.
Jacques
To be-
Torres.
Wait, to be fair, I was a Chips Ahoy girl when I was growing up.
Yeah, I mean, Chips Ahoy is a heritage brand. It feels like something everybody's had,
Yeah.
and everybody can relate to.
Well, listen, I still will enjoy a Chips Ahoy cookie.
Oh, really? When?
When?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's,
when?
when?
I
When?
don't- wait.
Yeah, when?
Faster, faster.
What am I getting called out here?
Yeah, I mean, when? Hey, guys! I have a box of Chips Ahoy cookies I'm about to open. Who would like one? I'll take two.
All right, so I'll give you an example.
Yeah, please.
When I go scuba diving
Oh,
down in Little Cayman, the scuba boat that I love to go on, Little Cayman Divers, they have a little snack bucket.
You son of a bitch! You're saying
And
when you're
they-
trapped in the middle of the ocean,
They have little
Right,
bags
right.
of Chips Ahoy occasionally.
it's either that or trying to fish for some smelt for a snack, and you'll take the. That's
Right.
like me saying I'll eat sticky buns when I'm in prison.
Chips Ahoy or starve.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, but let me be honest. Let me get to the damn Chips Ahoy update.
You're awfully uppity with this.
Chips Ahoy breaking news. Chips Ahoy is coming out with a new item, but it's not a cookie. It's going to be Chips Ahoy baked bites. What are those little bites that you guys buy occasionally, you and the kids, that I like? It's like once or twice a year you guys buy those.
I have no idea what
Those
you're
little
talking
soft little bite things.
Are
They're
they like Entenmann's
like
little cupcake,
little muffin things, a little baggie. What
Yeah.
are those little things? Michelle, you buy them.
about. I don't think I do.
You do.
Entenmann's makes a little muffin that's been popular. You have
It's
everywhere.
like the little muffin things that are in a bag.
It
I
sounds
don't
like
buy little muffin things in a bag.
he's confusing it from the last time he was
yeah,
on a boat in the middle of the
It
ocean.
must
Yeah,
be
thank
my
you.
must be my other family in a different town that I visit occasionally.
It
Michelle,
must be.
You and the kids buy these things. They're like
First of all, only one kid lives with us for this whole past year.
all right, you've purchased these things in the past. They're little snacks, and they're like little muffins, like chocolate
Are
chip.
they, wait a minute. Are they like little muffins or are they mini muffins?
I don't know what they are. They're little
Are
muffiny.
you talking about Entenmann's
They're little
bites?
muffiny things. I think they're little bites.
That's what I've
Hold
been
on.
saying this all along.
Yeah,
It's by
so
Entenmann's.
He's just said this a million times.
And
Little
you're
mini
still
muffins.
All right, but
describing it.
I forgot the name until you showed me the box
Okay.
on the
No.
computer screen.
I don't buy those. You're confusing.
Then who buys those?
Would
No,
you
no.
shoplift them? How does
When-
it anything else?
When the kids were away, right, at boarding school or college, and we would go on a Costco or a Sam's Club run,
Right.
they would buy these for their dorm rooms.
And you would go
And-
through them in the
Oh
dorm
my gosh,
room.
he did. He would open the box, and
Oh.
before we even departed, like half of the box was gone.
All right, so I didn't eat these at home. I ate these
No.
at like their college or school
Right.
dorm
Right.
rooms.
They sell them by like the gross at Sam's Club or Costco.
Because they make
Fester
like
knows.
a chocolate chip type, and then
Yes.
there's like a blueberry type
Yes.
too, right?
Oh,
Yes.
so they make muffins and they have chocolate chip and blueberry, you
All right,
say?
shut up with your
Oh.
sarcasm.
Also, little mini brownies.
Yeah. So called Little Bites.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
And they have a birthday cake flavor, which is the best of them
Oh,
all.
they're made by Entenmann's?
Yeah. Oh, my God.
I think I like the Little Debbie ones.
All right. Anyway, so I guess Chips Ahoy. Andrew, what are you laughing at? Why is Andrew, our producer, laughing hysterically in the booth?
I am waiting for Fester to dive over that counter and beat you.
I mean, I said Entenmann's like 20 times.
I know.
I used to have a neighbor that had an Entenmann's route, and we got all the expired stuff.
Oh, you had a neighbor that had like the Entenmann's truck?
Yeah.
And delivered to the supermarkets?
Yeah, and then he would have to pull stuff that was at expiration, like it would expired like in the next 2 days.
Oh, that stuff does not expire.
But it has a date published on it. It has a Best Buy date. It's good forever.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
But, I mean, I have a soft spot.
You can put that in the nuclear preparation shelter and put that on the shelf for 25 years.
No, I have a very soft and warm spot in my heart for Entenmann's.
Entenmann's, they had that like Danish cake with like the raspberry filling and the white frosty drizzle.
Good stuff.
That's good stuff. And I don't think that ever expired.
Ever.
I think you could find one from 1989. It's still good. Anyway, so I guess Chips Ahoy is getting into like the soft baked bites game with like chocolate chip soft baked bites.
So you've had a brownie before, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever had a blondie?
Yeah, I think I have.
And
No, you haven't.
What do you mean?
I've never seen you eat a blondie either.
I've had a blondie. You had
When?
you had blonde hair when you were in law school. I had you.
Ha ha ha. You're hilarious.
All right, so then we have the other food item. Fester, you totally spoiled this. This would have been a visual gold mine. This
What?
would have been great for MJTV.
Your definition of the word gold mine, I think, is distorted.
All right, listen to this. Michelle, you might have seen this in my prep pile.
Nope.
On Sunday night, and I texted Fester. I'm like, hey, you want to stop and get the Dunkin' Donuts on the way in, or should I? Because a story came out over the weekend that Dunkin' Donuts, now you're just supposed to say Dunkin'. They don't like donuts.
I'll never call it Dunkin'. It's Dunkin' Donuts.
It's always going to be Dunkin' Donuts to me. Dunkin' Donuts. But they try to rebrand it as just Dunkin'. Because there's so much more than, donuts. Anyway, so Dunkin' Donuts, they're collaborating to create a limited edition collection of donut-inspired scents, like perfumes.
So you smell like a bakery?
Yeah. So Dunkin'
Ew.
has partnered with the personal care brand Native. Now, I've heard of them.
Yeah.
What's Native, Michelle?
They're a company that produces this type of product. I think like skincare or body care.
You have any Native
soaps
stuff?
And,
You have any Native stuff?
no.
All right.
Publix has Native deodorants and lotions and stuff. And it's a big brand.
So Dunkin' teamed up with the Native brand, and they're putting out a limited edition collection of donut-inspired scents.
Yes.
The collection includes deodorant, body wash, shampoo, conditioner, a 2-in-1 hand and body lotion in a variety of donut smells.
They have strawberry frosted, vanilla sprinkle, blueberry cobbler, Boston cream.
Glazed. That's what I want. I want deodorant that smells like Boston cream donut filling.
Yeah, so, I mean, think about it. Maybe they could get like a cocoa butter that kind of has a sweetness to it. I don't know.
All right. So this was my idea.
Yeah, this is what he calls a gold mine. Everybody sit down.
Why are you giving me the business?
I want everybody to be prepared. We're going to have a dialogue, obviously.
I saw the story during my Sunday night prep, right? So I text Fester. I'm like, hey, great story. Stop and get, you want me to stop, or you want to stop and get a dozen Dunkin' Donuts tomorrow? And this was going to be yesterday morning. And Fester shuts me down on Sunday night. And I can even share the text with you.
Okay, share the text.
And Fester refused to do this. So my idea was that we don't need no stinking Native Dunkin' Donuts smelling shampoos and deodorants. No, man. We'll just go get the actual donuts and smear them all over Fester's body.
Yes.
I even told Fester, hey, bring in a shirt you don't care about.
Yeah.
But who's going to do that?
Yeah. Who's the rub?
Fester's going to, listen, you apply these items on yourself. So I was going to have Fester on MJTV take the Dunkin' Donuts and just start smearing them all over his face and under his underarms, Boston cream, right under there. And, just.
Okay, first of all, I don't know. I feel like this Gross.
Yeah. So, Michelle, this is what he previously
No.
called a gold mine.
No.
Previously?
Yeah, previously. Previously.
No, previously.
I'm changing the way I pronounce several words
Okay.
just to stand out in a crowd a little more. Previously is
All
one,
right, all right.
further is the other.
I'm sorry. I feel like this is a misguided product. I do not like to buy soaps that smell like food.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Get that
I
part
want
out of your mind.
I want my hair to smell like lasagna.
No.
New Stouffer's is teaming up with
If Native came out with a collaboration with Stouffer's that was like essence of garlic and tomato, you'd be like, okay, all right. I'll
new
No. No.
new shampoo. Gee, your hair smells like lasagna. All right. Remember that shampoo? Gee, your hair
Yeah,
smells
yeah.
terrific.
Yeah.
Remember that shampoo when we were kids? All right. So Fester shot down the idea. So you, the MJ Morning Show listening public, do not get to see Fester smearing Dunkin Donuts all over his body. To cut right to the chase, why do you need to go to an outside vendor? Why do you need to use a product that Dunkin' Donuts collaborated with a personal care line? You don't need that. You just take the damn donuts and just smear them all over yourself. And then Fester said no.
Listen.
There was a time where you would jump. There was a time when you'd say 1 dozen. I'm going to get 2 dozen.
Listen. There was a time you would have done the same thing and jumped as well. However, Michelle, on the comedy scale, and you heard him taint the pool of judges already by calling it a gold mine.
Mm-hmm.
You see a fat guy smeared in donuts.
I texted.
What's your laughing level?
I think I'd rather watch the UFC fight.
Yeah.
I sent Fester a text. Very funny visual. You want to stop and get the donuts from me, or should I get the donuts? He said, not particularly. I said, what does that mean? This is our text thread. Then Fester writes back, middle-aged men covered in donuts isn't really a funny visual.
It really isn't.
And
It really isn't.
That was it. Oh,
It really
I'm
is.
sorry.
Listen,
Well, what is this, 2 against 1
no,
now?
MJ, it's being, I work hard to be as honest with you as I can. It's not saying I'm always honest with you, but I try to be most of the time. And listen, that's the honest. If it's funny, I'd say, you know what, that's funny.
Honest first, funny second.
Listen, I could lie to you. Oh, hey, boss. That's really funny. Hey, go to MJ Morning Show Twitter or whatever we have. What do we have? You have your Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your Instagram again? I
I
forgot.
walked away from Twitter.
Okay,
Or
but-
X.
Hey, see a picture of a chubby guy making out with a French curler.
Also, I don't think that Fester's the customer they're looking for with this product.
The target audience.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
All right, that would actually make it funnier, by the way. All right, but yeah, so I won't put you down for a native frosted strawberry body lotion.
Yeah.
That's just gross.
Fester shut it all down. Listen to this. I didn't think you were allowed to take your medical waste home after a procedure.
What's medical, like body parts?
Yeah, so listen to this. This is crazy. This woman, well, it's a trans woman, so that would be formerly a man
Who's
who
making a transition?
transitioned to a woman.
Okay.
Spent $17,000 having ribs removed. I thought that was urban legend, Dolly Parton, and who was the other one that allegedly had
Janet Jackson.
Janet Jackson, and then wasn't there a rumor that Kim Kardashian
Oh, yeah.
had ribs removed to make them look, to have their waist look thinner?
Look, they advise against doing that because your ribs protect vital organs
Yeah.
in that region of your body.
What are you, a doctor all of a sudden?
No, I looked into it.
I know you're a lawyer.
Yeah.
But you're going to go to med school now?
Their rumored celebrities include Marilyn Manson.
Hold on.
Cher.
Wait, hold on.
This is according to AI Google. Google AI overview.
All right, so Google is saying that Marilyn Manson, the creepy male singer, had ribs removed?
No, Google is acknowledging that these are rumors.
Oh, rumors. Oh, there's no evidence to support these claims.
Right. So
Okay.
You asked who's been rumored to. I don't think Dolly had this surgery. I don't think Janet Jackson had it. But it said there have been rumors of many celebrities having ribs removed, including Marilyn Manson, Cher, and Janet Jackson.
All right.
However, there's no evidence.
Well, here's the deal. This trans woman from Kansas City had 6 ribs removed in order to achieve a smaller waist. And I'm looking at a picture of a bag with the ribs in a bag. It's like it's a LabCorp. You know, the company that does, drug tests and blood tests?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look at this. Fester's got it. It looks like I just finished a rack of ribs at Jimbo's. Look at that. So, hold on.
Wow.
There's.
Are you sure this is real?
Listen, this is a New York Post story.
Is that what human ribs look like? I don't know if I buy it.
They look like they are.
How do you know she didn't just get a LabCorp bag and went down to like the meatpacking district or something?
Emily James paid $17,000 for elective cosmetic surgery and had 6 ribs removed and has a LabCorp bag with her ribs in the bag, and claims that she's going to turn the spare ribs, get it? Spare ribs, into a crown. A crown of, you've heard of crown of thorns, a crown of ribs.
Oh, my. Okay.
I plan on having someone make a crown out of them. James, who's 27. They let me keep the ribs, and I was initially going to gift them to my best friend. What? Is this a real story?
I question everything about it.
I don't know.
Show me the rib surgery scar.
First of all, I didn't think that a hospital gives you body parts to take home. Are you allowed to take bones, ribs that you have removed home? I thought that was considered a biohazard and medical waste, and that you could not have it.
I once had a wisdom tooth removed, and they gave me crap about taking the tooth.
Wait, I have an answer for you.
Okay.
AI has an answer for you.
What does it say?
Patients can legally keep organs or other body parts after surgery as souvenirs or keepsakes. But there are some restrictions.
It sounds like serial killer Ted Gein up in Wisconsin or something. It's like Buffalo Bill from The Silence of the Lambs.
Well, you kept that thorn that came out of your hand.
But a thorn isn't a body part.
Was she a great big fat girl?
Okay. You know.
Hey, and then Buffalo Bill went on to be the boss on Monk.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
I wouldn't know that except you tell me that every time you see me watching it.
Yeah.
Every time.
I'm like, hey, what is he, like the captain or something?
Yeah.
What's his name on the show?
Captain Leland Stottlemyre.
Stottlemyre?
Stottlemyre.
Wasn't that a pitcher or something? Stottlemyre? Anyway, so the guy that played James Gum was, can you help me get this couch in the van?
Did you only do this story so you could do your
No,
Exactly.
no.
Are you Wambuki all of us?
But hold on a second.
We in a paradox universe?
Look at a picture of the trans woman. It doesn't look like a former guy. It looks like that. It looks like a naturally born woman.
That's the goal? That's what they're going for?
But a lot don't pull it off.
This one isn't the case.
A lot of it's, sometimes it's like Fred Flintstone in a dress. A lot of times, but this trans person looks like a natural born female.
Listen,
I would be totally sold. I'd have a crying game surprise going on right there.
Not in the rib department.
Had ribs removed. I don't know if they had anything else removed.
Listen,
I wonder if they have that in a bag as well.
Emily James is a lovely person, and they're in their journey, but I don't believe that this human had these ribs removed from their body.
That's the story, and that's what the New York Post is reporting.
What doctor does rib removal?
I don't know. Why don't you Google that?
Your brother has done thousands of cosmetic procedures?
Should we call my bro?
I mean, just get. How long has he been has he done 3,000 surgical procedures? I have no idea.
Hang on a sec.
He's been a doctor for many years. Has he ever removed ribs?
Guess what? I'm going right to the source. I'm calling my brother, a plastic surgeon, right now. All right? I'm running late. It's rolling up on 7:18. Yeah. Hey, Drew, it's your bro. We're live on the air.
Yeah, let's change that tone a little bit, Drew.
Are you okay?
You guys are calling me and asking me to change my tone.
Yeah, I mean, you're a little huffy.
Well, that's
Drew.
That's fast. Oh, by the way, Michelle's in studio this morning. Say hi to my bro.
Hey, good morning, Drew.
It's lovely that you're present.
All right. So quickly, I'm up against the clock here. We just did a story about a trans woman that had 6 ribs removed and got the ribs to take home in a takeout bag and is going to make a crown of ribs. I mean, it's a bizarre story. Anyway, the question is, have you ever removed ribs? Is that a real surgery? Do people really remove ribs to make their waist smaller?
People do remove ribs. I take ribs out all the time, but generally for reconstructive purposes, like for a rhinoplasty or to rebuild some kind of bone. Sometimes we use it for skull reconstruction or other areas that bone is required. But I don't really believe in taking out ribs to make a waist smaller. There are potential significant complications to that, and there's significant pain involved with it, and I don't really subscribe.
Look at that. That's an ethical doctor right there, my brother. All right, I got to run. I'm up against the clock. Thank you, Drew.
Great talking to you.
Yeah, great
talking to you, too.
All right. My brother, medical doctor, plastic surgeon, reconstructive surgeon.
Real barrel of laughs.
Maxillofacial
But
professional.
yeah, this looks like she just went down to, like,
like I said, Jimbo's.
Yeah, these are uncooked. I mean, Jimbo's would be cooked.
All right. Well, give me some spicy sauce with that. All right, and some hush puppies. All right, 7:19 at the MJ Morning Show. We start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ next. Hey, I've got another underwear story that we've got to talk about. Remember we had the underwear story, was it last week, about 50% of Americans carry around a spare pair of underwear? There's a whole new underwear story we got to get to. Oh, also, Michelle was scared last night. Ooh. All right, I'll explain why Michelle was. Oh, and an immigration story. I got to go to the phones because I heard about an immigration situation, and it's really got my my curiosity up. All right, that's just a fraction of what's coming up next. An hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ starts next right here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105 104.7 FM. Now, Hey, Fester, I know you're a big Aldi fan. By any chance, did you buy the taquitos that they sell at Aldi?
Are you talking about the Takis or the taquitos?
No, I'm not talking about the Takis snack chips. I'm
Okay.
talking about taquitos, like frozen little like taquito rolls.
I've
right?
purchased them in the past, yes.
Well, guess what? They're recalling 25,000 pounds.
Oh, for being too delicious?
No, contains metal shards.
That's the way it goes, man.
No.
Yeah, we're not a regular taquito family. However, maybe
Yeah.
once every 6 months that might be the dinner.
The recall specifically
Once a year.
is aimed at 20-ounce packages of Casa Mamita.
Casa Mamita, yes. They have a whole
whole line?
Mexican-themed line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
20-ounce packages of Casa Mamita chicken and cheese taquitos that were produced on July 3rd of 2024 and September 25th, 2024.
Well, those are gone already. I've already eaten the metal if that's how long
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah,
let's hope those are gone.
Guess what? If you're iron deficient, this might have worked out for you, actually.
I tell you what, you want to buy something like the first case after a recall because that one's right.
Spotless.
Yes, that's perfect. Hey, can you call me when your taquito shipment comes in?
Yeah.
Oh,
So it's going to be perfect.
Aldi is recalling nearly 25,000 pounds of frozen taquitos sold from Aldi after complaints that the item contained pieces of metal
How big? Like a fishing hook?
like space junk.
Do one of the blenders? Or one of the choppers explode inside?
Oh, man.
I don't know.
Yeah, they list the
ingredients?
They list the ingredients and, the nutritional information. And if you look, the iron content was much, much higher.
5,000% of daily recommended value.
The RDA, the recommended daily allowance, is that it? Anyway, so heads up. Oh, and Florida was on the list, by the way. So they were sent to Aldi stores nationwide, but they did specify that stores where the potentially metal, it's the new metal filling, Casa Mamita. What is it? Casa Mamita? It's what's the filling? You got chicken, you got beef,
chicken beef,
and
just
you got,
cheese,
and you got iron ore. You got stainless steel or whatever. So Florida's on the list. The potentially tainted taquitos were sent to Alabama, Arkansas, Connecticut, D.C., Delaware, Florida, Georgia, blah blah blah, and then it's almost every damn state in the country or whatever they have Aldi. Oh, you know what? I was recently in the new Aldi. They just opened up recently the Aldi at the corner of Dale Mabry and Kennedy Boulevard. Remember the old Barnes and Noble, Michelle?
Yeah.
That's now it's now an Aldi.
When were you there?
I don't tell you everywhere I go.
I know you don't. You're going to get the
Obviously.
mail, and he comes back 5 hours later. I'm like, that's a long mail.
That's a nice arrangement for you.
No, because
Yes. 7 hours later.
no, I was passing by. And
You were curious?
I remember, somebody had told me because I love the cuties. I love the little, the tangerine. What do you call them?
Clementines?
Clementine. Yeah, I love the little clementines.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, I'm just going to be honest here. Right now, the clementines, the cuties, for a 3-pound bag, it's $6.99 at Publix.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, Walmart had the same cuties for $2 a bag like last week. I don't know if that sale is still on. But Walmart, $2 for 3 pounds of cuties, or Publix, $6.99 for 3 pounds of cuties. What's a better deal?
Well,
But also Aldi, because someone had said to me a while ago, hey, MJ, if you want a really good deal on the little clementines, go to Aldi. And I was passing by a week and a half ago, and I stopped in.
the rate at which you go through the cuties in our home, I mean, honestly, you eat almost like a bag a day.
I don't eat a bag of cuties a day, but I think it's a natural, nice source of vitamin C.
If you eat one or maybe two, but when you eat 5...
But they're little. They're the size of a regular orange if I eat 5 of the things. They're small.
See, you have the new Aldi on Dale Mabry in South Tampa, which is big news for all you uppity South Tampa types. But where I am out in L.A., we have one of the Winn-Dixies turning into an Aldi.
Oh, they're doing a conversion.
But
That's
the
right.
footprint of a Winn-Dixie is like 10 times the size of a normal Aldi store.
So what are they going to do?
I don't know. I can't wait to see what new products they'll have, or are they just going to have like a whole row of one product?
Yeah, does Aldi have enough stuff to jam into a footprint of an old Winn-Dixie?
Will it be a hybrid of some of the Winn-Dixie stuff and the Aldi stuff? I don't know. But my Winn-Dixie in L.A., Lutz area, is going to be an Aldi soon. So we're all really excited up there.
Big, giant news up in the Lutz area, or L.A.
LA, yeah.
Speaking of L.A., another pile of L.A.-related stories. And again, just interesting celebrity items, just some interesting L.A. fire stories, which, again, I'm floored. Knowing the area really well, because I lived out there for a couple of years in my earlier radio days. Driving through some of these areas, I have memories of, residential areas, and they're wiped. They're gone. Yeah. Right above the PCH, the Pacific Palisades area off of Sunset Boulevard. I mean, you have just dozens and dozens of streets and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of homes.
It's like 12,000 structures?
Yeah, it's over 12,000 now.
Amazing.
Yeah, in 5 different L.A. area fires. Just unbelievable. All right, let me, so I'll get to my L.A. pile a little bit later on, and it's just some fascinating stuff, so stand by. Americans and underwear. So I had a story last week that nearly 50% of Americans carry a spare pair of underwear. Michelle, were you listening to that show? Did you?
I did hear that segment, actually.
I've never known you to carry a spare pair of your sexy panties.
Okay, right. Well, in my younger days, probably yes, a little more prepared. But, with the kids, I always carried extra stuff. And I always kind of had a go bag for all of us because you just never knew.
A go bag?
Yeah, like,
what are you on, the NTSB crash team? What, do you got a go bag ready to go in case you got a call for a plane crash?
Fester, when you have little kids, they could have a poopy diaper accident or a throw-up accident or something, and you never know. Like, you're going to need a fresh shirt, or if it happens, like, on your pants, and you just want to, change and freshen up wherever you may be.
I am more concerned myself having a poopy situation or a throw-up situation than my kids. That's why I keep my bug-out bag in the car.
Yeah, exactly. I would have, and so I did. I carried, like, one of everything for each of us.
Yeah.
That's
Not anymore.
that's gross, Fester. All right. So last week it was nearly half of Americans carry a spare pair of underwear wherever they go.
I'm going to make you start carrying a spare pair of underwear.
All right. This week, we now have more underwear news. This is your official underwear morning show news station. All right. The average American has 4 good pairs of underwear in rotation. That seems ridiculously low.
No, they're saying 4 good pairs.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I have much more than 4 good pairs of underwear in rotation.
Do you really, though?
Yes, I really, though. And I know that you've been through my drawers. Both.
I don't.
Hold on.
I don't know that you actually do have more than 4 really good pairs of underwear.
Yes, I do. I've got the Fruit of the Looms. I got the Hanes.
No. That's not what they're saying.
I have the.
You're misunderstanding.
What?
They're saying 4 pairs that don't have holes or stains.
I have.
He doesn't have 4 of them.
I probably
I don't
have.
think so.
I have a dozen plus of good pair of
you know what?
Of boxer briefs.
You know what that means? That means that I'm doing the laundry properly, and you're probably wearing just like the same pairs over and over, and so then you have a lot of good pairs left because we just keep washing the same 7 pairs, and they keep going to the top of the pile.
You keep picking off top of the pile.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Are you misconstruing the whole thing? Because there's good underwear, and this might be more gender-based, because I'll tell you right now, every pair of drawers that I have are the same. They're Hanes boxer briefs. I buy them.
Yeah.
I buy them 20 at a time.
Right.
I'll throw every one out.
Usually they're a 3-pack, though.
They sell 5-packs.
That's okay. All right.
You buy a couple of them, and it lasts me, the year or year and a half, whatever it does.
He doesn't know because he doesn't buy his own underwear.
But there are.
Yes, I do. Most of my boxer briefs I purchased on my own.
No.
Because you'll yell at me when the 3 or 5-pack contains like a couple of reds because the reds are so tough to wash.
What do you do about that, Fester?
See, I like the grays. I like the gray boxer briefs.
You like gray everything.
I do.
But wait,
I do.
Fester, you buy them in bulk. You throw out the whole thing once a year.
I tell my old lady, I was like, "Hey, old lady, I need new drawers," and she pulls it up on Amazon and then throws me the phone and says, "Which one do you like?" And I go, "Number 2," and she'll order like 3 packs of number 2. Okay, number 2, no pun intended. But and I'll weed out everyone with a hole or everyone with the because when you're fat like me, the waistband goes real fast.
Oh yeah.
So these are all things I have to
So
worry about.
you probably get half the life.
Yeah.
In underwear
Really?
than most normal
All right, so
people.
get this. I'm a wide-waisted man, but a tiny-assed man.
Oh, that's right.
So the ass fabric isn't stretched out.
Oh, yeah.
But the waist is. So it's like, I'm throwing away half a good pair.
What do you get, like 2 weeks at a pair of underwear?
Yeah. I mean, if I wear them straight, yeah.
All right. So bottom line, before I move on, average American has 4 good pairs of underwear in rotation, which I find ridiculously low. All right. So
Are they calling good underwear? Hold on. Last thought.
I'm not sure.
Are they calling good underwear like something from Victoria's Secret or something?
No, that's in good condition.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to
The
clear that.
life cycle of the garment. And then, Michelle, quickly, when did I make the transition from like Hanes or Fruit of the Loom tighty whities
Not soon enough.
to the boxer briefs?
Not soon enough.
How long have I been transitioned?
I really,
What do you say?
You know what? I'm sorry. I am not keeping a calendar of your underwear wearing habits.
So you just said, oh, I didn't transition soon enough.
Right,
so
because I kept telling you for a million years, you need to get out of that cotton. We live in Florida. You need to transition to, the wicking fabric and, something that wasn't scrunching up your junk in tighty whities.
How could you tell?
Right?
But what has it been, like 7, 8 years that I've shifted to the
Maybe
boxer
10.
briefs?
This is more information that I need to know about you.
TMI?
I mean, I was making a joke about
guess what? Hey, the party at Starbucks is over. You're freeloading, slugs. Get the hell out.
I've been to Starbucks before, and those people are in no hurry at all.
Hey,
Really?
well, hold on. It's not just the people that will buy a cup of coffee and sit there for 9 hours. Now there's a whole ideology shift. Starbucks is getting rid of the freeloading bloodsuckers because Starbucks was one of those locations, one of those places where you could just roll in with your computer, just rip off their Wi-Fi and sit there all day long and turn it into like a WeWork office or something.
Right.
All right. Not buy anything.
Exactly. That's the point. It looks like there's a whole ideology shift coming at Starbucks where it's buy something or get the hell out. Yeah, this is a big, big shift. Listen to this. If you're thinking of just hanging out at Starbucks, remember Starbucks was involved in that whole bathroom controversy?
Right.
Yeah.
Where Starbucks, went out on a limb and they were like, anyone can use our bathrooms.
Right. And I think there was a unfortunate incident at one of the stores. And so Starbucks has always been a place to use the facilities if you needed to.
All right, well, listen to this. So Starbucks, apparently, they want you to buy something if you use a bathroom, or apparently it's going to even be just sit there. So Starbucks, sorry, I have a little choking
All right, I'll
episode
say right
here.
now, this policy is unenforceable as far as the commode goes, because you walk right in, you go to the commode,
And then you leave.
And
who's going to stop
That's
you?
nobody's going to knock on the door and say, "Sir, can I see your receipt?"
All right, here's the deal. Starbucks yesterday said they're reversing the policy that invited everyone into the stores. A new code of conduct, which will be posted in all company-owned North American stores, also bans discrimination or harassment, consumption of outside alcohol, smoking, vaping, drug use, panhandling. Anyway, a spokesperson for Starbucks, J.C. Anderson, says the new rules are designed to help prioritize paying customers.
Yeah.
And that most retailers have similar rules.
So some Starbucks, because they had an open door policy, they would find themselves that people who had different levels of housing security, would spend a portion of their day in the Starbucks and chat up or harass or try to panhandle for extra money, or some people who think they're going to be the next great AI entrepreneur sets up their laptop and doesn't buy a thing and sits there all day and takes up the table.
So it looks like it's the bathroom policy, and it seems that they're saying that the store is for paying customers. So it would seem that this is also going to be directed at the folks that maybe walk in with their own drink. I'm sure there are people that walk into Starbucks to use their Wi-Fi and sit down and do work, and they might even walk in with their own cup of coffee from home, or maybe even a Dunkin Donuts thing. Who the hell knows?
You walk in with a big old Stanley mug and you sit there all day, and that's the way you do it. But what restaurant can you go to and just sit all? Even at McDonald's, I saw the sign. It said,
there's one that comes to mind. Isn't Panera one that people just kind of show up and sit there and just open up their laptop and maybe they buy a muffin or something and they sit there all freaking day?
But if you buy a muffin, you can sit there all day.
Right.
You bought something.
But I know that.
I think you're right. I think Panera is, because I know somebody who does tutoring.
Yeah.
And that's where they would go to do the tutoring, and you don't have to buy something to sit at their table.
I was just going to bring that up.
Right.
That some tutors will use Paneras, and they'll just find a table in the back, and some tutors will sit there and do tutor after tutor after student after, sit there for 5 hours.
Right.
Anyway, so Starbucks customers that want to use the bathroom. And it seems that this is going to be also morphed into, if you just want to sit at a table and do work, you got to buy something. So Starbucks is becoming a little less friendly and like this like a sanctuary coffee shop.
Watch Panera follow in short order.
Interesting. We'll see. All right, I have a really interesting question. And it is somebody that I know. First of all, it's not in the Tampa Bay area. It is in Florida. It's on the East Coast. So it is on the East Coast of Florida, South Florida. Somebody that I know called me up in a panic because their domestic help suddenly has some kind of immigration issue. And
wait till next week.
you
ain't seen nothing yet.
No, but listen, this is a really interesting story, and I'm just curious if anybody listening has any idea why they would do this. So, all right, here are the details, and actually, I have a text that I want to read from. So again, Michelle, you know exactly who this is. It's someone that we know, and they have a housekeeper that's been with them for years. It turns out that the housekeeper is from Central America.
Okay.
The housekeeper has been in the United States for 20 years. So the bulk of that illegally. So the housekeeper in the United States illegally for, let's just say, 20 years. But has married an American. So the housekeeper married an American citizen. The housekeeper has been going to immigration appointments since 2017. So we'll call it 7 or 8 years.
To try to become a citizen?
So, to check in. All right. Now,
to check in.
Now,
Okay.
Now, here's the deal. So I guess did whatever paperwork to try to naturalize or whatever. So the housekeeper has a Florida driver license. The housekeeper has a Social Security card.
I mean, they pay taxes.
Pays
on their
taxes.
income,
Has a work permit. But here's what happened. This is why I'm bringing this up. So the person calls me in a panic and said, "Do you know an immigration attorney?" So the housekeeper apparently went to a scheduled immigration appointment last week down in South Florida, and they slapped an ankle monitor on her.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. So what would cause that? Why would suddenly, and that's, this is under the Biden administration. The Trump administration doesn't enter until 12 noon on Monday. So what does that mean? Does anyone know? Why would they, at a normal immigration appointment, why would they suddenly last week slap an ankle monitor on the housekeeper?
There was no hearing or anything?
No,
or no appearance in front of a magistrate or anything?
A regular, check-in appointment with immigration. And again, they have a Florida driver's license or driver license. They have a Social Security card. And they have a work permit, whatever the stat. But then they slap, and she's done nothing. There's no criminal history. There's no criminal record.
Did you say they have a work permit?
Yeah, apparently so.
Well, then they're not here illegally if they have a work permit.
Well,
that's sort of it. Those two are.
They have the ability to work, but they may not have. The permit might have expired. I mean, we really would need to consult an immigration attorney.
Does anyone know?
Okay, in my experience, when people come to you with a problem like that, they're not telling you the everything. And sometimes it's because they don't know the everything.
This is my lawyer wife.
Right?
Yep.
Like you have to ask a lot of questions, and you need somebody who knows that area of the law very specifically because they ask the very specific questions. And then they're going to say, well, that's why the monitor got put on you because maybe you were giving these answers before. And then suddenly you think, oh, I'm in the clear because I reached this 10-year mark or something. And you give them a different answer and they go, oh, ankle monitor.
Anybody know? Hey, I'm going to take a call or two. Does anyone know?
Are there any limitations on her travel?
800-990-1047. Hold that thought. All right, does anyone know? Anyone have an idea? So in the country, 20 years, mostly illegal, but did start visiting immigration in 2017 and has a Social Security card, has a Florida driver license, a work permit, and then last week at her immigration check-in appointment, they slapped an ankle monitor on her.
So she's not here illegally if she's been going to immigration appointments. She must be in some part of a process.
There has to be some
right.
There's some type of I guess acceptance, or there's what is I don't have the right word.
I don't either.
Or a lack of enforcement.
No,
what? There's a process she's obviously in. She doesn't seem like the issue or in what people are trying to think they're going to remedy.
But then the housekeeper tells the person I know on the other side of the state that she feels like a criminal now, and that she's going to go into people's houses because she's got a whole bunch of clients, and they're going to think that she's like some thief that's stealing crap, and now she's an ankle monitor on. Does anyone know? I'm not going to spend much more time on this, but this kind of fascinated me. I was just kind of curious, what the hell happened here. All right, 800-990-1047, if anyone knows. 800-990-1047, if you have any idea or you can kind of point down the right road of what you think might be going on here. All right, Joy is in Lakeland. Joy, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Hey, Joy, what's up?
So, can you tell me again what state this was in?
It's right here. It's in Florida, and
Okay.
it's over on the other side. It's Palm Beach County.
Okay, so I know that if you're not a U.S. citizen in the state of Florida, you're not allowed to carry any sort of driver's license. You can't obtain one. So I would question where that driver's license came from,
Ooh.
and we don't recognize any driver's licenses that were carried over from other states. So
All right.
that would pose a problem.
So you're saying if they're not, you can have a green card. You have to have some kind of immigration status in Florida to get a driver license, right?
You have to be a U.S. citizen. DeSantis just passed a bill about in July saying we won't honor any driver's licenses from out of state, and we don't give any in Florida.
But, okay, what about before July?
Yeah, what if you had something prior? Are they rescinding it?
Rescinding, yes.
Really? All right. Thanks, Joy. Appreciate the call. Let me grab Paul in Zephyr Hills. Hang on. I think I picked up the wrong line. Paul in Zephyr Hills on 5? Yeah, Paul, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
How you doing, MJ?
Hey.
Hey, it's so when the green bus comes around next week, they know where the people are and they don't have to look for them.
You know what, Paul? I mean,
listen.
I hate that we're saying this,
but listen, I think there's a lot of talk, and I don't think there's going to be a lot of action. Yeah, that's just my guess. All right, Paul, thanks. David in Tampa. David, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, everybody. So I think there is some missing information that that the housekeeper's not mentioning. I don't know. Maybe there was like a change in a caseworker, or they instituted like a new policy, or if she's still doing check-ins, does she have her green card? Is there some sort of prerequisite that she didn't meet, and as a result, now it's like a reinstituted probation period or something like that? So I think there's certainly something missing to the story that's not being at the forefront.
I think that is a very fair assessment, David. Thanks. Man, phones are blown up on this.
I mean, if you only had one phone call from a friend who kind of gave you the whole story in a few minutes, or a couple of texts, there's a lot of details we don't have.
Jessica, Palm Harbor. Hi, Jessica.
Hi.
What do you want to say about this?
So I was thinking, what if, some new law is going to come into effect soon, and so they're trying to keep track of all the people that are possibly illegal, because they might be maybe getting ready to ship them out or something to that effect.
Yeah, that's a lot of people. I don't know if they have that many ankle monitors. Jessica, good thought. Thank you. All right. Hey, Andrew, I'm just taking two more here. I didn't expect the phones to blow up. Every line is ringing. Every freaking line is ringing right now. David in Largo. David, hi. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
Morning, MJ.
Hey.
I believe the whole ankle monitor thing is to keep track of where the people are, just to make sure that they have the correct addresses, and if they ever do move, that they can track them down.
Seems like a lot of
Yeah,
work.
but also an ankle monitor for the first time in 8 years. So they started visiting immigration apparently in 2017, after being in the country illegally since 2004 or something to that effect. So.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of new laws that are coming into effect with the new administration that is trying to, like you said, round everybody up and get them out.
All right, we'll see. Melissa, Plant City. Melissa, MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi. So 20 years ago, because I am an immigrant, 20 years ago, there was no restriction that you have to be a U.S. citizen to get a driver's license.
Yep.
So all she had to do was just renew it every time it was due.
Interesting.
So that's probably why she has a driver's license.
All right, well, what about the ankle monitor? Why do you think they slapped that on the housekeeper last week?
I do think that has to be some sort of new law that she, maybe they found out about the driver's license and they didn't like it.
Yeah, I tend to agree there might be a piece of information we don't have. Last call on this, Andrew. Cut it off. I didn't expect the phones to blow up like I'm giving away 10 grand. Nat in Port Richey. Hi, Nat.
Hey, MJ, long-time listener.
Thank you.
First time that I actually made it through.
Thanks.
My husband is going through immigration status right now. He's been in the United States for 3 years, and we are actually trying to get an appointment for him for the final status. For you to be able to do anything you did in the United States, you have to be legally here. Or if you married someone that it is a citizen, then you qualify for all that.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
All right. So, has your husband ever had an ankle monitor slapped on his ankle at immigration?
No.
Yeah. So
No,
that's the question. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks, Nat. Thanks for getting in finally. Okay.
No worries. Have a good day,
You
guys.
too. Yeah, Michelle.
I was just trying to do some research quickly. It looks like the ankle bracelet monitoring is something that's fairly new, and it's to make sure that people are abiding by either the curfews that are in place.
Curfews?
Does
What,
she have any restrictions like that?
Yeah, apparently there are restrictions. I was just reading it like in the Wall Street Journal, and also it's a fairly new system, I think, as one of the callers pointed out, to keep track of the people to make sure that they continue to go to their appointments. So I think we are missing a piece of information that would, better inform us how to help them.
All right.
Or her.
I'm transitioning, folks.
All right.
Can we use a different word?
I'm sorry.
I mean, you've used it several times today. When did I transition from tidy whities to? I'm transitioning.
I'm transitioning to female.
Let's
All
moving on.
So here I'm moving on.
Moving on.
This caught my attention, and I'm like, what? I don't really have trouble falling asleep, Michelle. I for the most part I don't.
No.
Yeah, I lay down and boom.
Yep.
Sometimes you sit down and boom.
Yeah, sometimes I sit down and I'm falling asleep. And Fester's falling asleep everywhere.
I could fall asleep anywhere, anytime.
Yeah, if you missed it, there's a video on my Instagram. We had a staff meeting last Thursday. Got a whole staff meeting, and Fester, we're in there for 5 minutes, and Fester falls asleep on the couch. And I shot a video.
Okay.
It's on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio.
In my defense,
Yeah.
that was the most boring meeting ever.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so sleep. Do you have trouble falling asleep? Apparently, there is a method that is employed by some, and I guess there's some kind of social media video of some kind of a guru that's suggesting this method to help you fall asleep.
Is it the breathing thing?
No.
Like you breathe in for 7 seconds and you hold it for 5 and you exhale for 8?
No. There might be one breathing aspect, but that's not the gist of this. The gist of it is you're walking through someone's house. Say what? Yeah. All right. Now, that's what kind of grabbed me. I'm like, what? Going for a walk through somebody else's home, according to a sleep expert, is the way you fall asleep. So, I mean, you're not physically, literally, in your mind, you walk through somebody else's house. In your mind, while you're in bed. I know this sounds bizarre. I just stay with
I
me.
lay in bed. I lay in bed and I imagine I'm walking through my neighbor Jerry's place.
Yes.
And he's like,
yes.
Hey, buddy, what are you doing? I'm like, excuse me,
So-
Jerry, can I walk through your house?
There is some meditation guru by the name of Emily Kessler. And apparently this is like taking off like a rocket. And this video is on Instagram, on the TikTok, which looks like the Supreme Court is going to uphold the TikTok ban. That's where it seems like it's headed, folks. All right. So if you have an issue with falling asleep, this is from Emily Kessler. Quote, if you have trouble falling asleep at night, I'm about to share with you a really strange and weird hack for sleeping that sounds like it makes no sense, but it's helped every single person that has tried this. So this video's gone viral. It's called the House Tour Sleep Hack. And this is how it works. You're in bed. you're having trouble falling asleep, you take a couple of slow, deep breaths. That's it. But then you visualize that you're walking through somebody else's house, a house that you're familiar with, but it's not your own house. And then, you close your eyes, you're in bed, and you start thinking about walking down the halls, and you're walking in the individual rooms. And, you know where the bed is, the nightstands are. Oh, there's a painting on the wall that you like. Oh, look at the curio cabinet with all the knickknacks. Oh, Grandma collects Beanie Babies that she thought were going to be a retirement plan for her. Oh, look, there are the Franklin Mint stupid plates up on the wall.
Those were nice plates.
No, they weren't. So, hold on. What was that? Andrew's yelling something to my ear.
I yelled, Paul.
What does that mean?
They make great clays.
What?
They make great clays.
What the hell are you saying? Are you on the air?
Yes.
What are you saying?
They make great clays.
What?
Are you talking about
for shooting?
The Franklin Mint plates. Okay, gotcha. All right,
thank you.
It's a shotgun clay shoot
we'll
joke.
leave to the jokes to the people in this room.
All right, thank you, Andrew.
All right, I found the clip from the breakfast show in Canada, and I think they're talking about this TikTok sleeping hack.
All right, hold on a sec. All right, so you walk through the house. You visualize yourself opening doors, closing doors, walking down the hallway, and you're visualizing it's like virtual reality in your head, and you're just visualizing like you're walking through someone else's house slowly, and you're like taking inventory. And look, I'm in the living room now. Oh, look, there are the 8 throw pillows on the couch, and let me look at the TVs. And apparently, this helps people fall asleep. Michelle?
No, thank you.
Why?
I feel like that would be requiring too much focus for my brain.
You don't want
it's just not relaxing to me. If I have to think about walking through my friend Christine's house, I'm going to be like, what the heck? Where am I going? Where's the bathroom? Where's the? I need to stop and get a glass of water.
Hold on a sec. I'm gonna walk through. I'm having trouble falling asleep. I'm gonna pretend I'm in Michelle's friend's Christine's house, and I'm up in the bedroom now.
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
Why does everything have to be so creepy?
I'm in the nightstand. What's this thing that goes zzz? All right, hey. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm going into the closet. Oh, look, I'm in the lingerie drawer. What? Oh, look at these. Look at these panties. Oh, boy. Oh, look.
Are these real friends of yours? Because you just lost your friendship.
Right.
If she has a husband, he's going to punch you in the face.
Wait. I want to check out this bra from Christine's drawer.
Right.
Oh, love this bra. Oh.
It also says you could use your grandmother's house.
Oh, look at the granny panties.
Hey, I'm in Mima's house. What's this thing that goes buzz?
Yeah.
Why does MJ's grandmother have this buzz buzz?
Look at the granny panties right here. All right. Hey, Schreiner, come on in. Hang on a minute. I guess I interrupt the panty talk. I guess we've got a big traffic issue. What's going on?
Yeah, when I loiter outside your window, it's not good.
You're always welcome to come in.
Yeah. I know. You guys are great.
Hang on a minute. Special traffic update, ladies and gentlemen. Here on the MJ Morning Show, let's go to the News Radio 88 chopper.
Oh, man.
Make me feel like Les Nessman or something. All right, so I-4 has really gotten bad. There was the earlier accident at Mango Road.
Yeah.
That was backed up to Thanonasassa. Delays there are still possibly up to an hour. But there's an accident eastbound at McIntosh. I'm guessing a fatality because they are saying stop traffic, delays up to 2 hours.
Oh, my gosh. I-4 is just a disaster.
Well, we know that, but I mean,
today
it's the worst road. It's the worst road in the nation, just about. But it's bad in both directions. Avoid it if at all possible. And on top of that, we got an accident on 75 South at Fowler. The left shoulder block backed up to 275. 275 has an accident at Barris, backed up to 75, but continues all the way through Malfunction Junction.
This area is just nuts. Again, I just don't recall this volume, this amount. The traffic is out of control. All of our roads are jammed with more cars than ever.
I just assume at this point that every accident's involving a mobile device in someone's hand.
All right, right now, Fester's got I-4 eastbound at Kingsway Road.
That's kind of where the...
But look, cars look like they're getting by. So what? Take a look at this.
It looks like one at a time on the shoulder.
Right. One car is getting by every 8 seconds. This goes past the... past I-75.
So what it looks like is they've got vehicles that are blocking the entire roadway. So for people to understand, they're letting one car at a time go by the accident site on the shoulder. Then it has to go back across, zigzagging to the right side to get around emergency vehicles.
Let me tell you what I'm saying. I'm seeing like a jackknifed, like a rock hauler. It looks like a jackknifed rock hauler, and there's some other vehicle, it looks like it's right behind the rock hauler. Then there are two other vehicles on the right shoulder. So if you're I-4 eastbound right now at Kingsway.
That's at the way station.
Yeah, so I think I see the way station, some of the lights over there. So traffic right now is only moving on the left shoulder, not even on the regular lanes. They're moving traffic on the far left shoulder, and then once you get to where the accident is, just past the yellow arrow that says merge left, so then the cars are now zigzagging all the way, as you said, to the right and weaving around. It's a really...
Yeah, you're having to weave from the left shoulder to the far right lane just to get around.
They're obviously preserving something in that area that's part of the accident scene. So...
I'll keep an eye on it, but it's just I-4's bad, 275 South is bad, 75 South
everything
not good.
Sucks.
Pinellas County, good on you.
All right, thank you. All right, Levy County's looking good right now. Yeah.
No problems in RD County right now.
All right, so anyway, that's the sleep hack. So just pretend like you're walking through somebody else's house and like a virtual tour in your head, and you fall asleep. Apparently.
Seems a little weird.
There's a Baker Mayfield item that I stumbled across. Of course, the Buck season's over. Monday Night Football, the Buccaneers lost to the Washington Red Commanders.
That would have been a good name for the team.
The Red Commanders.
Red Command.
Yeah. So it's done. I stumbled across a story about a woman that says that she was picking the Bucks and Baker Mayfield in the wild card playoff game because of the Cheesecake Factory story. You ever hear the Cheesecake Factory? You ever hear of this?
Not as it involves Baker Mayfield. I don't know anything about that.
Now, I was a little hesitant, because this is rumor, and I wasn't aware of this story, but apparently some woman came forward some years ago and went on a Cincinnati or a Cleveland, it was an Ohio radio show, and made a claim. And listen, this is like gossip, and who knows? But what caught my attention is that this woman says that she was picking Baker Mayfield in the playoffs because of the Cheesecake Factory story. And I didn't really understand what the hell she was talking about, but this woman shoots a video. Listen, we're not like the official Buck station, so it's not like we're going to lose the play-by-play games if we talk about this.
What happened?
Well, all right, so let me play what the woman is claiming here. And now let me put the audio up on the board, and I'll play a little segment of this lady's video and her rationale and why she picked the Bucks to win on Monday night, and of course they did not.
The fact that Baker Mayfield gave not just one, not just two, but multiple women lockjaw in the back of a parking lot of a Cheesecake Factory, the same Cheesecake Factory, is why I picked him in the playoffs.
What?
Multiple occurrences. Lockjaw. And, in 2025, I'm going off vibes. I'm going off vibes, and the vibe I get from Baker Mayfield is an absolute menace to society, and that is something I'm standing for.
Okay.
I don't like these modeled citizens. I love the degeneracy, okay? In the back of a Cheesecake Factory, goated. Go Bucks.
Okay, I don't like this story because I am a Baker Mayfield fan.
Yeah,
I'm looking at a picture of this girl. She looks like trash. He and his wife are so classy and have been nothing but wonderful in this community.
Yeah, they've been great to the community, but what is the crap that this woman is starting?
It's crap.
What is she trying to stir up here?
The same can be said about you right now.
As you know, anybody can say anything.
As big a fan as Michelle is of the Mayfields, I am of the Cheesecake Factory. And listen, anybody can say anything and put it online.
Absolutely.
And then anybody with a radio show can say, hey, what's this? Hey, we have this latest saying this about the quarterback.
But this woman has gotten traction with like 2 million views on social media making a claim. But how does that correlate? It sounds like she was just using the story to, first of all, to mention the salacious rumor, which who knows whether it's true or not. She was using that to then talk about the story to suggest that she's picking the Bucks to win on Monday night because of a rumor that Baker Mayfield, that some women claimed that Baker Mayfield met them in a Cheesecake Factory parking lot, and they had, some.
Listen, I'll tell you. Hold on. I got lockjaw once at a Cheesecake Factory when I was having the mango cheesecake. All right, it's a big cheesecake.
Oh, you mean opening your mouth wide to get the whole slice in?
To this day,
not take bites. You want to jam the whole slice in.
To this day, I have TMJ issues because of the Cheesecake Factory. Okay, so that doesn't make anybody unique or spectacular. But what she does like is his vibe of being kind of a cavalier player. He's not afraid of anything. I mean, remember the game, the Panther game? He started this huge fight. All you see is him just walking away, knowing that other people are going to take care of it. He doesn't. He's a gunslinger, man. And you got to love his attitude. And she said, "I'm going for vibes." Yeah. And you got to love his vibe, man.
I like Baker Mayfield. Listen, I'm not the biggest sports fan on the planet. No. But listen, Michelle is a bigger sports fan than me. Michelle watches more NFL on the weekends than I do. But
every game.
Yeah. Next year I think she's going to buy the Sunday ticket for I don't know whatever the hell that costs.
But I'm just gonna say anybody can say anything, and anybody wants their 20 seconds of fame, whatever they call it. I think that's what's happening here. I think he's a classy guy. His wife is beautiful.
They had a beautiful baby. They had in the last year. So
I guess as a public service announcement, because this video has become so wide with so many views, that I would just caution anybody that, like you said, anyone can say anything. This is just a rumor that has floated around, and there's no proof. Just a woman that came forward and did an interview on an Ohio radio show some time ago. How old is Baker Mayfield now? What is his age?
I don't know, late 20s probably.
Well, I don't want you to guess. Why don't you just look it up?
Why don't you
look it up?
I think he's like 27, 28.
You have your hands on the keyboard.
He's 29.
29.
There you go.
His birthday's in April.
So I guess this allegedly happened 5 years ago when he was 24 years old or something.
Yeah, I don't buy any of it.
Listen, a 24-year-old guy meeting up, meeting some women on social media and, getting a little action in a Cheesecake Factory parking lot.
Why are you giving this online person so much credit?
No. I just...
It sounds like you are.
No, I thought it was... I'm not. I'm saying that anyone can... I agree. Anyone can say anything. I just thought it was bizarre that the video has 2 million views, and I think we ought to interject and suggest that it's an unproven rumor. He's the quarterback of the Buccaneers, and you can't believe everything you see on social media. That's what I'm suggesting here. And I had numerous people send me the link to this story, so clearly it's out there.
Let's get this straight.
Yeah.
Saker Mayfield met his wife in 2017. They got married in 2019.
Right.
This is...
So that would suggest that it occurred...
They said 2020.
Yeah, that would suggest that it occurred, at least the rumor is that while they were married.
I don't know what
I'm doubtful. I'm very doubtful on that.
Right.
I don't know what we're trying to accomplish here.
Well, listen, I'm just saying that numerous people sent me the story.
Okay.
And it's got millions of views, this woman's story, that what I'm trying to accomplish is it's out there and it's a rumor and you can't take internet. I have to tell my daughter all the time. She'll come to me with crap. Dad, did you hear about this? I'm like, that's not true. Where did you see it? Oh, it was on Instagram. I'm like, Chloe, stop getting news from Instagram. We have another person that we know, Michelle. And I don't want to mention any names, but we know someone, and it's constantly it's conspiracy theory and this and that. And when you get that, it was on TikTok, it was on Instagram. I'm like, stop getting your news from social media. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Just to be clear, my new favorite number is number 6.
Very good. Number 6.
Get you the jersey.
Right.
I'm going to get a jersey.
They're going to be half price next week.
So Baker, we got you on this. There are rumors that fly on anybody, and especially social media. I just don't think you can you can believe everything.
Have you seen the size of the Cheesecake Factory? I mean, Lockjaw. There should be a warning on that big-ass menu of
Maybe
theirs.
she was confused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you do get the innuendo, right? All right. So I have not been to a Cheesecake Factory. Michelle, when was the last time we were at Cheesecake Factory?
Probably around 20. When did that one open at International Plaza? 2001. So
Okay,
yeah, 2001.
International Plaza opened in 2001.
I have not.
When it arrived at International Plaza, we went there probably for lunch. I think shortly after it opened.
I have not been to a Cheesecake Factory in a very, very long time.
That is your fault, man. Bad on you. That place is great.
That menu's like a Bible.
Yeah.
So thick.
They have an Old Testament and a New Testament.
Michelle?
Yes. What?
Did I scare you last night with my movie selection?
Yes. Let's not let.
Michelle is in the studio this morning because she was afraid to stay in bed after I left this morning. That's why Michelle really came in this morning.
I don't know if I buy that.
So I got some kind of a notification, or I saw something in my feed. Oh, this really scary thriller on Netflix is about to go away on January 25th, or something to that effect.
You're so easy.
So I said to Michelle, hey, we ought to watch this movie. So we watched this movie called The Rental. And this foursome, two couples, they rent this really gorgeous house on a cliff in Oregon, right on the coast, right on the Pacific. And, well, it turns creepatola pretty quickly. And creeped Michelle out, and what'd you call it? I forced you into the what?
The scary snuggle. That's your strategy. Let's watch a scary movie because then when I get in bed, I'll be all snuggled up to you.
I'll press it up against me.
Let's watch a scary movie, and I won't wear my pants.
Right. Exactly. That's it.
That's
See,
right.
he has a strategy. He likes that. It's the scary snuggle, the snowy snuggle, and the stormy snuggle. Those are the three things
That's why he's calling Dennis Phillips. What does the weather look like?
See?
Do I need to put on a scary movie, or can I wait for thunderstorms to roll through?
So we had a little bit of a late night, little Monday Night Football last night, and then it was a fast movie.
Yeah, it was only like an hour and a half.
It's like a little less than an hour and a half. So it was a kind of a quick movie. I had taken a daytime nap, so I was okay for a bit. So we watched The Rental, and all kinds of creepy things inside this rental house, and I don't know. Oh, you know who's in it?
Yeah.
The dude, the only recognizable person. Everyone else is like totally unknown, but one of the guys in the foursome in the couples is the guy from The Bear.
Yep. Jeremy Allen White.
Jeremy Allen White, and he looks like he's 10 years old in this movie.
I thought that's why you wanted to watch it.
What?
Because of the Jeremy Allen White. I was like, oh, that's the connection. And then I realized we were watching and it was scary, and I was like, oh, no, I know what's going on
I
here.
did not know he was in. Remember, early in the movie, I said, oh, man, that's the guy from The Bear. I did not know he was in the movie, but I kind of fell for the story. Oh, hurry up and watch The Rental on Netflix before it disappears later this month. And it scared the crap out of Michelle, and it scared her right into the scary snuggle. Trying to go to bed last night, and you couldn't sleep. You could have visualized walking through some friend's house.
The house that this occurred in?
Yeah, right.
That this was filmed in?
What you could have. Oh, man, you know what? I apologize. I blew past my teased item. So
what was it?
Listen, let me just do it now. 30 minutes late, but the MJ Morning Show is a very, very fluid program.
I don't know why you do teased items. You would say, so-and-so coming up tomorrow at this time.
Yeah.
I mean, who's saying, I got to run to the radio at this time. He's going to talk to me. Just do the show.
All right. So I have another audio bite to play.
All right.
And this is a warning from a woman that saw something happen in a Target store. Now, this could happen anywhere. This could happen at Walmart. This could happen at the Burlington Coat Factory. This could happen anywhere.
It's just Burlington now because they're more than great coats.
All right, thank you.
It's not the Burlington.
Is that right?
Burlington Coat Factory. They dropped Coat Factory like 15 years ago, people.
Really?
I think it's more like 18 years ago.
What? Do you live under a rock?
Do you know what someone told us about the Burlington Coat Factory?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
it's the one by us.
So Britain Plaza.
Yeah.
So the Burlington store,
that's my Burlington of choice.
Okay. Someone told Michelle and I recently this story.
Whoa, what?
That at that Burlington Coat Factory or the Burlington store at Britton Plaza in South Tampa,
Right.
that it is like a shoplifter palooza, that people just grab stuff and walk out of that store constantly. That you're in the store shopping and you'll just see people just walking out. That store has a massive amount of theft. I'm like, why don't they get security? Hire off-duty TPD or off-duty HCSO, to
you sit by the door.
Yeah.
I mean, $50 or $100 an hour for the cop.
Well, probably $75 an hour, whatever. I mean, for the amount of stuff that's walking out of the door, it might make sense to have like real law enforcement instead of, hey, it's Jeremy, I'm in security, But I mean, I did not know that.
I wouldn't know it either. We never go down to Britton Plaza anymore.
And well, listen, the story came out like a year ago that there was talk of bulldozing Britton Plaza and redoing it and doing a whole new mixed use like another midtown.
Yeah, because that's what this town needs.
Yeah. So
another midtown.
Hey, Fester.
What?
Trivia for you. When's the last time I was in Britton Plaza? Come on.
Back when you smoked and you went to the Tapper Pub.
No.
Tapper Pub. You ever been to the Tapper Pub?
No.
Believe it or not, the Tapper Pub has been there for like 80 years or whatever.
It is.
And I have never been in the Tapper Pub. Pub.
I went to Tapper Pub several years ago. It's been a while. I think they are one of the last restaurants in town that is pre-smoking laws.
So you can still smoke like a chimney in there?
Yeah, me and Jeff Kirkendall went, and we went through. He went through half a pack of Marlboros, and I burned 2 cigars while we're eating our deli sandwich.
Wow,
it was great.
Wow. Anyway,
wait. Answer the question.
Last time you were at Britton Plaza was probably the time we took the midget to the movie with MJ. The Austin Powers movie.
Yes.
Austin Powers movie.
That's
when I met
that's when you met
fabulous Allison.
Right?
Wait a minute. So didn't Dave Reinhardt go with us as well?
He might have.
I think he did. I think you're right.
We had a lot of people. But
Hello, Dave Reinhardt.
Yeah.
I believe Dave, our general manager back in the day, I think he went to see the first Austin Powers movie with us there in Britain as well.
We went after the morning show.
It was Austin Powers 2 with Mini-Me.
Anyway, let me tell you what I want to do. I want to go to Britton Plaza to Burlington Coat Factory.
And steal something?
No, I just want to watch. I just want to see how many people are. I just want to stand like in a position so I can see the front door.
Well, let's go.
I want to see how many people are just walking out with merchandise.
Why don't you get
Because we heard that it's we know somebody that's formerly law enforcement, and they said that it's rampant there.
Why don't you get a shirt that says security? And
Let's make it fun.
Oh, so I can get shanked. Well, how about I get a security shirt and I just run after people? I volunteer my time.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
I'll just be a volunteer loss prevention officer.
Citizens arrest.
Let's do it.
Citizens
hey, I don't
arrest.
work for. I can tackle you in the parking lot.
Right.
I don't work for Burlington. I'm like a Charles Bronson. Like what was that? What was the movie series he did? The whole vigilante thing.
I forgot what it is.
Yeah, well, hey, Andrew, what was the Charles Bronson vigilante thing?
I saw that movie too, where he's.
Well, what? Death Wish.
Yes.
I can be like Death Wish, Charles Bronson, volunteer loss prevention.
I think that if you did this, you definitely do have a death wish.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So let me get back to my original story here. Because remember, I was talking about a woman and what she saw at Target.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Let's get back to that.
But this could happen anywhere. This could happen any store. Listen to this. I'm just going to play the audio, and then we will comment on the audio. Check this out.
People, wash the you buy from Target. I literally just walked by this end cap in Target, and this woman was literally taking the straw of an item on the shelf, chewing on it, and put it back.
You understand that?
So the
woman was in Target, and there happened to be a bunch of like mugs or cups,
like the Yeti cups, or like the double insulated
on an end cap with a plastic, the heavy permanent plastic straw.
Yeah.
And she saw a woman at Target pick up one of these straws from these cups, puts the straw in her mouth, and chews on it, and then puts it right back on the shelf.
Well, wouldn't the purchaser notice that it's chewed?
Well, maybe they didn't actually, mar the plastic. Not to that point, but I mean, listen.
People, wash the you buy from Target.
People, wash the bleep you buy at Target because she saw a woman take something off the shelf, a straw, and then put it in her mouth and then put it back. Oh, my God.
See, I am the type of person who washes everything before it gets used.
Yeah, I know.
mean, if it can go in the dishwasher to have that, what do you call that, hygiene cycle, the sanitization cycle?
Sanitization.
I would do that.
Yeah, not me. I would just take it to the ice machine up front and fill her up.
But this woman's in the home goods section at Target and sees a woman put the plastic straw from a cup in her mouth and then
a lot of these straws, I have one in my glass now. It's made of silicone.
Yeah.
So if you bite on this 100 times, it won't leave a mark.
That's
it
right.
won't?
Yeah, look. I'm not gnawing on it like I'm trying to break it, but you can break. It's just a silicone tubing.
It's like a beaver making a dam over here.
Yeah, I don't like that kind of straw.
Yeah.
Oh, I do.
I like the firm acrylic ones.
No. I always feel like I'm going to impale my face on the firm straws. I'm a soft straw guy.
Firm and hard, right?
I like my straws flaccid.
Is Chloe at work yet?
Probably.
Yes.
I've got an Aura story.
Well, you have her right on Live 360, so you can always see where she is.
Hang on a minute.
Julian got up and made her pancakes this morning, so she might be running a little late.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh. Oh, no, she's been at work since 8:15.
Holy crap, really? Am I allowed to call her quickly?
No.
We'll find out.
I guess so. Let me
Busy
see.
girl.
Hello.
Hey, Chloe,
Yes.
did your boyfriend Chet buy you an Aura ring for Christmas?
He got me one very similar.
Oh, we were just kidding.
Hold on. He didn't buy you the brand name Aura? He bought you a cheap knockoff?
No, it's not a cheap knockoff. It's probably very similar in price. It's just, I think with the Aura ring, you also have to buy a subscription.
Right.
And I don't think he liked the idea of that because you're already buying like a couple $100 ring. So it's called the Ultra Human ring, and I think that's almost knocking on $400.
Yeah, so I'm looking on I've never heard of the Aura ring, but there's an Aura ring on Amazon right now for $3.99.
Right.
Target has one for $4.99.
Right. So these rings are essentially they're like body monitors.
Yes.
And you put these rings on, and the reason why I'm calling you is I know that you got one of these like body sensor smart rings, which are used for fitness and stress and how much you sleep and all that. And Chloe, I don't want to like freak you out here, but this woman shot a video and she's pointing to the Aura ring that her boyfriend gave her. She's wearing the ring, and then guess what she found out while she was wearing the ring and while she was with her boyfriend?
What?
Whenever she was with the boyfriend wearing the body monitoring ring, her stress level went through the roof. Seriously. So during the regular course of the day, everything was fine. But whenever she was with the boyfriend, it was reading all kinds of stress. Like this, the stress levels were off the charts.
Well, I guess I'll have to monitor mine whenever I'm with him now.
Now, with this ring that you got, is there an app or does it connect to your phone?
Yeah, it does. So I can show you tonight. But yeah, it tracks all kinds of stuff.
What is it called?
Sleep. The Ultra Human ring.
So the Ultra Human ring is a competitor of the Aura ring, right?
Mm-hmm.
Looks like they're similarly priced, and you put it on, and it has all these sensors inside, and it keeps track of does it keep track of like your pulse and everything?
I'm assuming yes. I'm still trying. I've only had it for less than a week actually.
All right. So what have you learned so far? What have you seen while wearing this body monitoring ring? What have you noticed so far in the couple of days that you've had it?
Well, my big thing is sleep. I think I'm always trying to track my sleep, and that's why I originally had the Apple Watch. And so Chet doesn't like the Apple Watch, and so he wanted to give me the ring. So I've been tracking my sleep. My sleep's been pretty good so far. But I need to learn how to read the charts basically for everything, including the stress and the heart and everything. So we'll figure that out.
Chet doesn't like your watch. He seems awfully bossy.
Hold on. Is this like real science, or is this like just hocus pocus, gimmicky, fly by night crap?
I don't know.
It tells you your blood pressure and it tells you your heart rate. I mean, it seems pretty simple stuff. It's like if you're in a hospital and you're always hooked up to the machine.
Is this thing stealing your PIN number when you put it in at the ATM?
I don't know.
And transmitting it to it's transmitted to some boiler room in Pakistan.
It can monitor your temperature, so it can tell whether you're getting sick or not.
Can it count your steps?
Cool. Yeah, of course.
Oh, it's a step counter too.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it's like a Garmin, but it's on your finger instead of your wrist.
It tracks your calories, like when I work out. When I work out.
Listen, I was just pointing out that this woman is saying that her Aura ring is telling her that she's stressed beyond hell every time she's with her boyfriend who gave her the ring. And it was kind of similar because your boyfriend gave you the ring for Christmas.
Yeah, well, this could be a fun little experiment that we don't have to tell him. We'll just, conduct it ourselves.
We'll just transmit it on a 100,000-watt radio station.
Do you wear the ring?
And YouTube TV and all of our podcasting, which gets tens of thousands of listens.
Do you wear the ring while you charge it?
No, you don't. So actually, and that's what I really like about it, the battery life is insane. So it charges
it's 16 years.
very quickly.
Oh. No, it's not.
It charges very quickly, and I think I read that it can last up to 7 days, the battery.
All right.
And then, it charges, it takes 2 hours to charge completely.
All right, let's look at your stress level later on, okay?
All right, it sounds good.
It's 8:30. I think your work starts now.
Yes, I've been here since 8:15.
Oh, wow, look at that.
All right.
Giving the state extra time.
Actually.
All right, goodbye.
Yeah, all righty, bye.
Bye. All right, so there you have it, the Aura ring. Thought that was somewhat interesting. All right, Fester, what's the Friday quitting thing that you sent me? And we pulled audio.
Okay.
Can you set this up, please?
Okay, so I didn't know you were going to talk about this now, but...
Well, wait, I'll talk about what, Sunday morning at 5? What do you mean? You sent it to me last night.
I know, but I don't know when you're going to talk about stuff. The show's unscripted, at least from my side of the aisle.
Right.
Apple has this commercial, speaking of Apple Watches.
Right.
And the commercial's of a young woman who's starting the new year with a jogging routine.
Right.
And she gets out every day and jogs and gets out every day and jogs. And I've seen it a lot during NFL games. I saw it a couple of times maybe once or twice during the Monday Night Football game last night. And it refers to how the Apple Watch gives you support to keep your fitness goals up.
Right.
And it refers to Quitter's Day. Or the second Friday. It says the second Friday of the year.
Oh,
and it even says, look it up.
All right, and this Friday is Quitter's Day?
No, last Friday would have been Quitter's Day.
Hold on. Was that the second Friday?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because the first was a Wednesday, then the first Friday was the third.
You okay?
No,
right.
I got a frog in my throat all of a sudden.
Okay, all right.
But the first Friday was the third, then last week, and they're still running this commercial. I'm thinking, is Quitter's Day a real thing?
The third was Friday. That's the first Friday. And then the 10th was the second Friday. So coming up, man, is it already the 17th this Friday?
Yeah.
My God. All right, so last Friday, so what were you supposed to do last Friday on Quitter's Friday?
Quit your resolution. Whatever your New Year's resolution
I thought
was.
quit your job, quit your wife.
No.
Quit your kids.
If your resolution was to stay happily married,
right.
People are like, you know what? It's Quitter's Day. Honey, I'm never coming home again.
Okay.
No, they're saying that by the second Friday of January is most people have quit
Well,
their New Year's resolutions.
Where's
the
the commercial?
exercising,
Do you have the commercial?
the dieting,
whatever.
the no swearing, the no drinking, the whatever.
Right.
Play the commercial.
Dry January. It ended?
Anybody who's watched an NFL game over this last week has seen this commercial.
All right, so this is the commercial.
Yeah.
You know, most people quit their New Year's resolutions by the second Friday in January.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
See?
All right.
It's called Quitter's Day. Look it up. But what if we didn't quit right after starting? Or because it's raining or something?
All right. So it talks about the Apple Watch encouraging you to keep running and stuff. So it kind of challenged me to actually get off my ass and look it up.
Right.
I mean, look it up. Which, kind of sounds like a schmucky thing to say to somebody.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, I will. And
you know what? Go ahead.
I don't know if anybody subscribes to this. Look it up.
Well, you know what they say about New Year's resolutions, though?
What?
I read an article back in the fall that said when you want to have a New Year's resolution, you should really start that in October because then you have the pattern in place. It gets you through the holidays, and you're less likely to do the Quitter's Day, the second Friday in January, because you've already kind of set yourself up.
Hey, Meech, look it up.
There you go.
Look it up. So anyway,
maybe Michelle should join the MJ Morning Show permanently.
No, thank you.
What do mean no thank you? You'd be a perfect addition. I mean, I've called you for the past 30 years on the show. I mean, you essentially are and always have been like a cast member on the show.
But those 4 hours in that king bed by myself.
With your Pope sheets.
And she whispers a lot when she talks. She's a soft talker.
By the way, how are our Pope sheets?
They're holding up.
So
what, do you have the same sheets as the Pope?
We do.
Yeah, all right. So,
that's how they sell them to you.
Listen, we've talked about this in the past, that Michelle thinks it's very important to splurge on a ridiculously expensive pair of sheets because you spend a lot of time sleeping.
No, you just spend a lot of time in bed.
In bed.
Yes.
And some time ago, you said, you know what, we're going to buy really high quality sheets.
Yes.
And you've got 2 sets, 2 different brands, right?
I do.
And
at this moment.
Yeah, we've talked about this in the past, and people are fascinated by this. Hey, MJ, what's the sheet brand? So holy sheet when you hear the price of these sheets, but they last for a long time.
They do.
So how long do our sets of Pope sheets last?
Well, this is actually the first set of those that we've had, but the other sets that we've had, which are comparable,
but not the Pope, not the Pope brand.
They don't say they're the Pope.
So what brand was that?
Sfera.
Sfera.
Mm-hmm.
Is it called the Pope brand?
Well, hold on. Let's Sfera first. So Sfera and
very lovely sheets.
And we've had those for like 18, 19 for a while now.
Yes.
So how long does each set last? About how many years?
Either 7 to 10 years.
All right. So the sheets last 7 to 10 years.
Yeah.
And then for the king sheet, how much is the king sheet?
I don't know.
About just roughly.
Maybe $1,200.
All right, so, but it's like a ridiculous thread count.
Right.
It's the finest cotton. It's the finest,
It's
material.
the longest cotton thread.
Right. So you're buying a sheet. Now, the king sheet might be $1,200, but they last, let's say, 10 years.
Right.
So if
that's to be fair, we only have one.
Right.
Like, I literally take it off, I wash it and dry it and put it right back on the bed.
So only one sheet, but it's high quality, so you can kind of justify spend because it's going to last a long, long time, and it feels like freaking heaven. All right,
you bought it.
So
you bought my argument.
Right, so but because they really are great. All right, so that's Sfera, but then you've
I'm sorry. No, Sfera is only about $700.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm looking online.
The Frette is.
Okay, so
Amazon has the Sfera Grand Hotel sheets.
No.
All right,
that's not. That's not the one.
They have Sfera.
So what's the one you have to buy?
You got to go to the Sfera website.
Is it
buy
Sfera Celeste sheets?
So it's the top of line. All right. So hold on a minute. So that's Sfera.
Yeah.
The Pope sheet. So
that one's the $1,200.
All right. You've added now the Pope sheet to our collection.
Yes.
And then you're alternating the two. Is that it?
Right.
So we'll get like 20 years out of both sheets.
Exactly.
Okay.
But also now we have a guest bed that's a king size bed. So sometimes I have to put one of those sheets on.
Don't give our guests the Pope sheets. Let them sleep on Burlington Coat Factory sheets.
It depends on which guest it is because I know which
Fester
guest.
will steal them later today.
Yeah, listen.
I know which guests prefer which sheets. So.
So hang on a minute.
I'll leave your house with a stripped bed.
So what's the name of the Pope sheet brand?
Frette.
Frette?
Yes.
Frette?
No, Frette.
Frette.
Yes.
And that's what the Pope sleeps on.
Yes.
So like in the movie Conclave, you think that the dead Pope was on Frette sheets?
Hopefully, if it was authentic. I mean, if they were, really setting up that scene properly, they would have purchased the Frette sheets.
The sheets of the Pope.
The sheets of the Pope are very good. All right. So, how did I get into the sheets?
Holy sheets!
How did I even morph into the sheets?
I don't even know now.
I don't know. Anyway, hey, do you have the tow truck guy on the phone? All right. So, Andrew tells me that another Andrew, our producer, is telling me that Andrew, who is a record driver, wanted to call in and thank the MJ Morning Show for something. Andrew, welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, what's up, guys?
We're doing fine. So, hang on, you wanted to call in and thank us for something? Well, what do you want to thank us for?
Oh, for making it more aware that, the slow down, move over law, because, man, it is dangerous out there for us, as well for, officers and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So I just wanted to thank you guys because I've had a close call myself, and actually when my guys are going across back and forth the bridge, if they see a tow truck driver on the bridge picking somebody up, I've always told my drivers and myself that we will put on our lights and kind of take up that one lane so that way he can safely put the car on the bed and get it off the bridge.
Wow. So what record company are you with, or do you own it? Or
Yeah. I'm half owner of Coastal Towing Pinellas.
And you heard us, because on multiple occasions on this show, and I just did it recently, because there was an accident on the Howard Franklin where an 18-year-old motorcycle driver lost his life and plowed into the back of a Road Ranger vehicle. The law is that if there is any emergency vehicle, a Road Ranger, a wrecker, even just a disabled vehicle with flashers on, and I think a visible person outside, you have to move over or go 20 miles below the posted speed. And I brought this up because I see it all the time. I'm on the Howard Franklin Bridge coming into work in the morning. After the show, I'm on the Howard Franklin going home, and I constantly see this. If there's a disabled vehicle or any emergency vehicle, rescue, police, FHP, fire, tow trucks, wreckers, whatever.
Florida Wildlife?
Yeah, FWC truck, whatever.
TSA
or
Homeland Security.
All right, so
border agents.
If there's a vehicle on the side of the road, even just a regular vehicle where there's no wrecker or emergency vehicle there yet, and the vehicle's disabled, and if someone's there, you have to move over. And it's not just the right; it could be the left shoulder. And in Florida, we have a move over law. But still, I see people flying by the vehicles on the shoulder still at interstate speed. And it's like, you bozo, even though there's a law, and let's say you don't know about the law, it's just common sense that you want to move the hell over.
Yep. Yeah, I was picking up a car on 275 southbound one time, and I felt like the wind come. You could feel the cars drive by really fast.
Yep.
And then out of like nowhere, one clipped me on my arm. The mirror clipped me.
Oh, jeez.
And they just kept going. They didn't even stop or anything. So it was too quick. It happened so fast I couldn't even get the license plate number.
Wow.
So I just left a big old bruise on my arm for a while.
God, Andrew, how old are you?
Oh, I'm 44.
Wow. And how long you been in the record business?
About 9 years.
Wow. Well, listen, stay safe out there, and thank you for reaching out to us. Whenever I can, I'll remind listeners, we've got, hundreds of thousands of listeners a week, and if we can reach, a number of people whenever I mention it, just to remind people, move the hell over. If there's something disabled on the shoulder, or there's an emergency vehicle or a tow truck or wrecker, you got to move over. And if you can't move over, you got to go 20 miles below the posted speed when you pass.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is dangerous, man. It really is, and some people just don't really care.
Yeah, it's really the oblivious drivers out there. It's awful. Andrew, thank you for listening, and thanks for reaching out to us.
Oh, no problem. Thank you, MJ.
Thank you.
See you guys later.
Yeah, buddy. Thanks,
Andrew, part owner of a record company.
That's right. Move over if you see people on the side of the road.
Listen, it's freaking common sense.
I mean, think of MJ when you see cars on the side of the road. WWMJD.
What would MJ?
Well, you know what he'd do? He'd pull over a lane.
What would MJ do?
He'd slow down 20 miles below the speed limit if he can't get over.
Hey, the egg shortage is getting worse again, and now there's like a milk shortage. Oh, your Maple Hill organic freaking milk, totally out of stock everywhere. I couldn't get it the other. No, I couldn't get it. Do you see it in the fridge? I couldn't find. It's not there. And then eggs are crazy again. The price of eggs. We can't win. So the price of eggs have gone up. Eggs are in like shortage mode. Where was I? I was at Whole Foods because Whole Foods generally has Walmart or Whole Foods seems to have the best price on the Vital Farms pasture free roaming eggs that Michelle likes. I don't buy. She's not so hoity-toity. I don't have to get the organic ones, but the regular Vital Farms, and it's like Walmart and Whole Foods have seemingly the best price on those eggs. And I was at Whole Foods. Walmart was sold out. Walmart didn't even have them because they generally are the cheapest, and then the second cheapest is Whole Foods. And Whole Foods had a sign up that due to the national egg shortage, we're limiting customers to 3 cartons of eggs.
Oh, great! 3 cartons. They're going to charge you what, $20 a carton. Your bank account's going to limit you to eggs.
No. These were reasonably priced for this particular higher quality egg. But even like milk products, like dairy products, not just eggs, there seems to be some constraints on the system. So what the hell's going on with milk and like creamer and there seems to be like a shortage on some of these products out there.
Huh. Have you ever thought about putting a chicken coop in the back of the house? It would solve all of your egg
Gross.
issues.
I can't do that.
Gross nothing.
I'll tell you what, I'll let them roam free, and then I let my Jack Russells out, and guess what? Suddenly we have no more chicken eggs, egg-producing chickens.
So maybe free range wouldn't be the best option for you, but it's something to look into.
Right.
Get you a nice coop.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. Boy. All right, what time? 8:45. We have a little time. I got about 5 minutes here. Listen to what a dentist did. And this is sort of a quiz. This is a quiz for our listeners. This is a quiz for Fester, for Andrew, for my lovely wife, Michelle, in studio this morning. I think Michelle might come in a couple of times a week until we're in the midst of a national search. And we have a lot of people that have expressed interest. We already have a couple of dozen people, a couple of dozen women that would like to take the opening that we have here on the MJ Morning Show. So we have a cast member opening, and we're looking for a great female addition to the MJ Morning Show. And we have a national search going on right now. It's going to be a very exciting year, and we're going to bring in someone brand new to the MJ Morning Show, and we have an extensive search going on right now to find the perfect new member of the MJ Morning Show. So this year is going to be a fantastic year. Now, little quiz time. What are you snickering at?
Are we doing our national search by zip code or by state?
No, the word is out. We are getting contacted by people saying that, oh my God, this is a rare opening, and I love the MJ Morning Show. Listen, we're known. This show is known all across the country.
We are known.
Anyone in radio knows of the MJ Morning Show and the quality drivel that we deliver every single day.
Anyone in radio and most fast food people locally, because I tell them when I go through the drive-thru.
All right, so here's the deal. A dentist did an experiment, and he took extracted teeth from patients, and he decided to soak the teeth in various liquids that we commonly drink.
Are you going to tell me about what happens to a tooth in Coca-Cola?
No, that's an old deal. But Coke was one of the items. So here's the deal. Which drink do you think stains your teeth more? Is it coffee, Coca-Cola, tea, or red wine?
Oh, I have an answer.
Of those 4 drinks, so 4 teeth extracted from patients at some dentist's office. The dentist is Dr. Miles Madison.
Does he ask to keep the teeth for experimental purposes?
You know what? Oh, he might have lost a bunch of clients because he's based in Beverly Hills. So, the question is with the L.A. fires, and I got to get to my L.A. fire pile. I've got a lot of stuff we got to get to. But how many people are not going to rebuild or stay in Southern California? Of the 12,000 plus structures, most of them homes that are gone, how many people are saying that they're getting out of town? That their house is gone and they're leaving. They're going to move somewhere else in the country. I'm telling you, there's going to be a large percentage of that. All right, so look up Dr. Miles Madison, and I'm just curious what his Google review is. Dr. Miles Madison, dentist in Beverly Hills.
Dr. Miles Madison.
Oh,
here.
man. Oh, no, dude, no, go back. He has a 5.0.
Yeah.
Miles Madison, DDS, 62 Google reviews, and the dude has a 5.0. That's good.
That's a lot of Google reviews.
62 reviews and a perfect 5.
He's outstanding.
Oh yeah, this guy's got good reviews. All right, I'm paying attention to him now.
He's going for 14 years. I highly recommend him. Wow, that's awesome.
What are you chortling at over there, Michelle?
Because you haven't been to the dentist in about 15 years. So you're going to pay attention to a dentist in Beverly Hills.
My teeth are great. I've got no cavities. I floss. I use my Sonic hair toothbrush. Listen, when I went to the dentist for years and like, hey, did you just get your teeth cleaned? I'm like, no. Well, what are you doing? I said, I'm using my Sonic hair. My teeth are in great shape. I got no aches, no pains, no cavities. I have been at a dentist. I put a crack in my wisdom.
That doesn't count.
I had all 32 teeth up until a couple of years ago when one of my wisdom teeth, back bottom molar, broke. Got a little crack, and Dr. Childers yanked it out. And
Did he give you that to keep and take home as a souvenir?
And he said my teeth look great. And that was, so every time you go to the dentist, they want to put like a $900 crown on you. You don't even need it. All right. Anyway, here's the deal.
Yes.
All right. So
I have an answer.
What?
Tea.
So out of Coke, coffee, tea, or red wine, which beverage stains teeth the most?
Oh, man. I thought you were going to say orange soda because I would have guessed that.
Or how about grape Fanta?
Yeah. All those sodas, I feel like they have a lot of dye in them that would get into your teeth.
These are the four options. Why don't you call Dr. Miles Madison and tell him to use some grape and orange Fanta next time?
I will.
All right.
I think I want to say red wine.
All right. So here's the deal. The dentist out in Beverly Hills, 4 popular drinks, tested it, took 4 extracted teeth and soaked them for 10 days, 1 in coffee, 1 in tea, 1 in Coke, and 1 in red wine.
Is this all he did, just 4? Or did he like hundreds of tests?
He did 4 teeth with 4 drinks. I tell you, if you want to make requests on his next tooth soaking, then call the guy up. His phone number is 310-553-2940. Call him up. I'm going to call him right now. I'll call his office right now.
I'll text him.
Hang on. I'll call Dr. Miles. Hopefully, because he could live in Pacific Palisades. Holy crap. What'd I say? 310?
310-553-2940.
I'll give you the results in a minute, Michelle, so stand by.
Thank you for calling Beverly Hills Perio and Oral Surgery.
Yep, look at this.
Please listen carefully as our menu options have changed.
Okay.
Calls may be recorded for training and quality purposes.
Same here.
For Dr. Madison, press 1.
Yep.
For Dr. Haruni, press 2.
Dr. Madison.
Thank you for calling Dr. Madison's office. You have reached us after hours. Our business hours are Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 5
Oh, you're not open at 5:53 Pacific time?
8 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Right.
Please leave your name,
Okay,
number, and a brief message, and we will call you back as soon as possible. If you are a patient of record and are experiencing a true dental emergency, please call Dr. Madison at 424.
Hold on. It's his cell phone.
If it's a medical emergency, please call 911.
Oh, wow. All right, Fester.
Record your message at the tone.
Let's leave a message.
Press any key or stop talking to end the recording.
Here we go. Hey, it's the MJ Morning Show in Tampa Bay calling for Dr. Madison. Fester on the show. You have a request for the next batch of tooth soaking for the stain test?
Yeah, how about next time you use drinks that people actually consume, like a grape soda?
Dude, hold on.
An orange soda.
Hold on. The guy tested coffee, tea, Coke, and wine. Those are all common drinks.
I don't drink 2 of them. I don't drink tea. I don't drink wine. But I drink a lot of grape soda. I drink a lot of root beer.
All right.
All
right. So
it seems like you really took it easy on this thing.
Wait. So Fester's making a request. Well, Michelle, do you want to talk to the dentist?
No.
Okay.
Well, then what do you want to say?
I was going to tell you about the dentist.
What about him? He loves to hear about himself.
He went into University of Southern California at the age of 16.
What is he, Doogie Howser dentist?
Apparently he is. He graduated magna cum laude.
Wow.
He's a prodigy dentist.
Well, hey, listen, he's got a 5.0 on Google reviews. That's pretty damn good.
He was one of the youngest graduating periodontists in the U.S.
Listen, if we're ever in Southern California, we're very impressed with your credentials, doctor.
Yeah.
But how about next time you step it up? How about some fruit juices?
And listen, our seriously, our thoughts are with all the folks in SoCal and in the Southland and in LA.
Please tell all your friends.
I used to live there, some years ago. So hopefully hopefully the doctor's okay.
Why are you leaving this on his voicemail.
Hopefully the support staff is okay. Hopefully a lot of the patients that are, the folders are all on the rack in the back. Hopefully, they didn't lose their homes.
Hopefully his Invisalign rep is okay.
All right. Well, anyway, right. Have a good day. Goodbye.
See you, Doc.
That's going to be the talk of the office today.
He's also board certified in hypnosis.
If they're open.
Right.
What? Really?
I'm reading from his website.
All right. So, we got a break.
We got to call him back.
Hold on. I'm running really, really late here. All right. So when we get back, I'll give you the results of the test.
Now.
I can't.
Give it to me now.
I got to get.
Just yell it.
All right.
Hang on. Right after the break.
Is Michelle right?
Listen. After the break, I'll tell you which drink stains teeth most. All right. And there are some other little interesting stories for each of the different drinks. All right. Hold on. That's next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Stand by. Are you ready? Sorry for the delay, ladies and gentlemen. The results of the tooth stain test. You know what this reminded me of? Michelle, if you see the ridiculous commercials where like the women are like talking and, oh, are you doing the tissue test? And I hate that commercial.
What is that? That you hate that commercial like a passion. You're like, oh, that tissue test is so stupid.
Because it's just some stupid advertising agency invention of, yeah, I'm going to take a white Kleenex and hold it to my teeth. And if my teeth are not as white as that tissue, holy crap. What about those beige tissues? What if I do oh, look, my teeth are whiter than the beige tissue.
The beige tissue are the tissues that are at the bottom of the box that tell the hotel staff that the box is about to end, and so they
the warning tissue.
Exactly. Did you not know that?
It's like the sign that the lane is ending. Merge left.
Yeah.
All right. So the results of the stain test. If you're just tuning in, and then we'll get to the LA pile because there's a lot of interesting little sidebars. All right. So. Dentist out in Beverly Hills, who has a very high rating, by the way, on Google reviews, put 4 extracted teeth into 4 different beverages: coffee, tea, Coke, or red wine. Dr. Madison, you know what his nickname is? He's the Gum Father.
Oh, great.
What?
Yes, I'm the Gum Father. Yes.
I guess in his profession, that's high praise.
Yeah. So he was shocked to see the actual results. So he lifted up a cup on the video and reveals that there was a tooth that was dyed almost entirely purple by the alcoholic beverage, the red wine. The red wine. Red wine stained the whole tooth. It stained the enamel, the root, the whole thing. A cup of Coca-Cola had a dramatic effect on the tooth, not only staining it dark, but it ate away at some of the structure, created some small pits in 10 days. As far as coffee, tea beat out coffee. So coffee left the next stain. So you've got wine, then it was wine, then the Coke, then the coffee, and tea left the least stain on the hot tea as far as tooth staining goes. All right, now, on to the L.A. pile. No particular order. Paris Hilton is fostering a dog surrendered during the wildfires, even though Paris Hilton's own home burned down. So good on Paris Hilton. You know what? She's kind of come into her own. You know, she always kind of had that ditzy kind of thing going on. And when she was doing that reality show with Lionel Richie's daughter.
What if I told you it was all an act?
Nicole Richie. Listen, but, you know.
What if I told you it was all a character?
It might have been because, you know, you watch Paris Hilton these days, and I've seen her do some interviews, and she comes across as very intelligent, actually.
Well, if you want to go back in time, I suggest that you watch the South Park episode that I watched yesterday, which was a complete, you know.
Takedown?
Oh, my gosh. It was.
I thought you were going to say watch the Paris Hilton sex video that leaked out years ago.
No, but they were definitely keying off of that with their theme. Yeah. I mean, it was.
My wife, Michelle, is a South Park JD, as in lawyer, degenerate. I mean, you'll watch.
It was hysterical. I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe they just portrayed that about her.
And guess what? Michelle's favorite episode is the Winona Ryder ping pong ball episode. That's Michelle's favorite episode of South Park of all time.
All time. It's a good one.
Yeah. Anyway, Paris Hilton, good for her. She's fostering a dog which was given up because of the wildfires. And, she shared some videos. She's also volunteering at the Pasadena Humane Society. Good for her, Paris Hilton. Nice. There is some outrage regarding GoFundMe, as in go fund yourself. So GoFundMe is being accused of skimming off of the L.A. wildfire donations. And, now, GoFundMe is, listen, there's an admin fee or there's a...
Yeah, GoFundMe takes a percentage.
They take a cut.
That's their deal.
But the question is, Michelle, should GoFundMe take a percentage for something so charitable and as devastating as the L.A. wildfires?
Well, I did some research because we were talking about this on the way in. There are two different GoFundMes. I don't know if you know this. There's the GoFundMe.org and the GoFundMe.com. And the one is for people, like if we wanted to, you know, raise money for something, we could sign up and do a GoFundMe for us.
Like I want to buy a Ferrari.
Right.
And I can't afford it. So I'm starting a GoFundMe so people can help me buy the Ferrari.
Right. But if you go to the GoFundMe.org, I think that's the one where they have just they are collecting the funds to then distribute.
Oh, okay.
Right. And so but I looked it up on Charity Watch, and they actually do. The GoFundMe.org has a high rating that they donate 91.7% of everything they take in. So I'm not really sure where this.
They have they have a 8.5% admin fee.
So 8.3%.
Right,
admin
which is
fee.
actually lower than the American Red Cross, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds almost reasonable. But if they take in hundreds of millions of dollars for recovery.
That's something that I do with any charity. I always try to look up what the admin fee is.
Mm-hmm.
So I typically don't even consider a charitable operation if the admin fee is greater than 10%.
Right. And so they would fall in your category. They
Right.
have a whole thing right now. They had one for hurricane relief, and now they have one for the wildfires. You can see that.
Well, here's the story.
Yeah, it's easy
So-
for anybody who has like an Instagram page to blow them up. They're taking 8% of all the money. You should go straight. It's they don't understand the operation.
Let me give you an example here. So GoFundMe is a little under fire, no pun intended, because of the fees that are called shocking and some of the extras that they're trying to add to some of the fundraising that's being done for the L.A. wildfires. Catherine Barger, a member of the L.A. County Board of Supervisors, she is on record slamming GoFundMe for charging her $95 in fees as she tried to give $500 to a family left homeless and destitute by the wildfires. So $95 in fees on a $500 donation that they're going to pocket when, you know, this is pretty much all automated and done by a computer. That seems a little high. You might, for wildfire donation, you might want to maybe drop the fee just a little bit. That seems pretty damn expensive.
Listen, this is the business, and there's amazingly in the 15 years that GoFundMe's been around, no viable competitor.
Listen, Fester. You would drain your grandmother's bank account. So I don't know if I'm taking...
Drain yours. Listen, MJ,
Yeah.
this is a business. This is what they do. They take it. They publish their fees before you donate the first penny. There's no surprises here. They're not stealing it.
Anyway, folks are making a big deal out of this. All right, next. Tom Brady has hired private security to protect his $20 million Los Angeles mansion because of the wildfire and the looting. Yeah, saw this last night, that private security has been hired by Tom Brady, thousands of miles away from his home in Los Angeles. He's on the road doing all the football commentary for Fox. He was seen in New York City on Saturday, and he's apparently hired private security. Well, listen, another issue is, maybe it's even more than just the wildfires, because, we've got the feds warning professional athletes, be careful when you're at your games, whether it's even local or whether you're on the road, because we have the rash of burglaries where thieves are breaking into athletes' homes because they know they're not home because they're on TV playing a game like football, basketball, baseball, whatever.
Did you see the KTLA audio? I think it might have been from a couple days ago.
What?
About Sprinkler Man?
Oh, the guy that was just hosing neighbors' houses down?
No.
What?
He knew he was getting. He played the audio.
All right.
Play the audio.
All right.
I'm not going to do it justice.
All right, roll it. Hit it.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Your home did survive. How did you manage to do that?
I was able to, after the last brush fires that got close to us a couple years ago, I bought these cheap sprinklers, the ones that wave back and forth.
Oh, wow.
And bought hoses, had them ready, popped them up on my roof, turned them on. I sprayed down a fire retardant on the side of my house, and I left. Got out with my family. I got trapped by the flames going down Sunset.
Oh, wow.
It was difficult. It was like Afghanistan type difficult.
Wow.
But what happened is, because I had those sprinklers up there, the flames came down the hill, and you could see from where the sprinklers arced in the backyard that the flames came right up to that water and stopped.
Wow.
And he's using
those
$12.99.
Oh, my grandmother used to have those. They used to run through them as a kid on the front lawn, hooked up to the green garden hose.
He bought maybe 10 of them, or enough to cover the lawn and
the plastic frame with like the aluminum pipe, and it kind of waves back and forth.
Yeah, but it was enough to keep, and the water kept running. That's all underground.
Wow.
So you leave your hose on, it keeps going. And he saved his house by making a $200 investment in sprinklers and hoses.
That's very innovative.
So I saw that yesterday. I'm like, holy cow, it's amazing.
David Spade has just offered a reward to catch the Los Angeles arsonists that might be responsible for some of the fires. Now, the investigation's still on. David Spade has opened up his wallet. David Spade is determined to catch any arsonist that might be responsible for any of the Los Angeles area deadly fires. David Spade.
He's really the hero we deserve.
David Spade has really opened up his wallet.
What's the reward?
A $5,000 reward. He is...
What?
That's it?
At least throw in an autographed copy of Joe Dirt or something.
No, Tommy Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Chris Farley and David Spade, one of the best movies of all time. That should be on the AFI list in the top 10.
It was a great movie.
So, David, am I correct? I mean, I saw the headline. David Spade offers $5,000 reward to catch L.A. arsonists. That's it? That's the best? Hey, how about $38.50?
Yeah.
I am offering $38.50 for any information for the arsonist. So he recorded a video and posted it on his Instagram. Do you have it?
Here it is.
All right, listen to this. Here we go.
They just caught somebody. We're pretty sure was lighting fires, walking off the blowtorch. They let him go. So if you can find someone lighting a fire and you catch somebody and you can get the cops to bust him and throw him in jail, I'll give you $5,000. So keep your eyes peeled and do what you can out there. Don't fake it, though. No staging. Let me know.
All right, so he's not saying the wildfires. Remember we had a story earlier in the week that there was a homeless guy lighting dead Christmas trees on fire?
With a blowtorch.
He's looking for that kind of guy.
Yeah.
A guy who's looking for starting new things.
All right, but still, it just, for a celebrity like David Spade, $5,000 seems like $38.50. It's what it just came across as a low
You
number.
made it sound like you're looking for the guy who set the campsite up and lit the fireworks in the Palisades fire.
Hey, why did Ben Affleck get a visit from the FBI during the midst of the fire investigations going on right now? Why did Ben Affleck get a visit from the FBI?
The FBI.
Any idea?
No clue.
Ben Affleck, it's
the FBI.
Open up.
Hey, guys.
Here's why. So
What do you do?
Ben opens up the door, and the FBI wanted to know if he had any surveillance footage that might have captured the drone that smashed into a firefighting plane's wing. Did you hear about this?
No.
How awful is that?
Yeah, it left a hole in the leading edge of the wing.
What are those planes called? Like the big whoppers or something? Or
the scoopers,
Super Scooper.
super scoopers.
Yeah, Super Scooper.
Yeah, so Ben Affleck got a visit from the FBI in L.A. Yeah, they were looking for any potential surveillance video that he might have on his property. So I guess they've determined in his area, I guess that's where the drone was or launched and smashed into a firefighting plane.
Well, the FBI has one of their missing persons documents, except it says seeking information about the Palisade drone collision.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. This is an expensive plane.
Yeah, it happened on January 9th. And look at the leading edge of that wing. I mean, there's a big, huge, giant. So it took this plane, a firefighting plane, out of commission when it's needed most.
Where do you just go to get parts for Super Scooper planes?
Yeah, a source told Page 6 that FBI agents were at Affleck's home to see if he had any surveillance footage of a private drone which damaged a Super Scooper. They reached out to Affleck's rep for comment, didn't hear back. Yeah, last week, Affleck was seen fleeing his home and went to his ex, Jennifer Garner's house.
Boy.
And Jennifer Garner said, hey, what's in your wallet?
Tough decision for old Ben. Go back to J-Lo's house, go back to Jen Garner's house.
But whose freaking drone? Who smashed into a firefight and they damaged the whole wing of the aircraft?
Yeah, these Super Scoopers pick up 1,500 gallons of water out of the ocean at a time.
Yeah. That was an ABBA song. Super Scooper. Yeah, remember that song?
Yes, I do.
And then they did Pooper Scooper, too.
Okay.
That's the one I remember.
Pooper Scooper. Da, 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 da. ABBA. Tyler Perry is just slamming insurance companies. You know, a lot of these celebrities are getting up in arms. Also, a lot of celebrities complaining about the California governor, the L.A. mayor. You know, there could be a sea change in ideology politically in Southern California because of these wildfires. We'll see what actually happens. But Tyler Perry is just ripping, of course, Medea, Tyler Perry, slamming insurance companies for making policy changes before the wildfires. Yeah, watching a daughter use a garden hose to try and protect her 90-year-old parents' home because their insurance company canceled their insurance was gut-wrenching to me.
Yeah, why don't you get mad at the legislators who stopped clearing the brush or changed the protocols or cut back the fire department? mean, the insurance company, they do their reports for risk assessment.
Yeah, listen, it's
years out.
It's beyond that. Then Tyler Perry goes on to say, does anyone else find it appalling that insurance companies can take billions of dollars out of communities for years and then all of a sudden be allowed to cancel millions of policies for the very people they became rich on? People who have paid premiums all of their lives are left with nothing because of pure greed. As I'm in the process of trying to figure out what steps to take to do all I can to help as many as I can, I'm keeping everyone in my prayers.
I mean, how many people did we hear about, MJ, where their insurance for hurricane coverage or flood insurance was canceled in the last year before Helene and Milton came through?
Yeah, I got to do this like today. My federal flood is up, so I got to renew my federal flood this week. But the people here in Florida, I mean, obviously the L.A. thing has a lot of attention now, but, with the hurricanes here in Florida, even going back 2 years to Ian and Fort Myers and Naples area, and then, of course, you hit, September 26th or so with Helene here in the Tampa Bay area, and then, of course, in early October, then with Hurricane Milton. How many people are having trouble with their insurance companies now? How many people have gotten cancellations? Or how many people are still trying to recover? How many people are still trying to get paid out? I'm still hearing insurance horror stories of insurance companies dragging their feet for people that were covered. And the argument, this is covered, that's not covered. They're trying to mitigate losses. All I know is that, my house was in pretty good shape. We had no flooding in my house, a little in the garage. We lost an X5 in our South Tampa home. We're on Tampa Bay. And tell you what, USAA was phenomenal. Luckily, I have access to USAA because of Michelle's military family background. And her dad was a U.S. Marine for 28 years.
I thought it was because you were a big fan of Gronk.
Yeah.
Hey, Gronk can't get it, but guess what? We can get it because of Michelle's dad. And USAA, they went above and beyond. USAA went above and beyond what the car dealer wanted to do. Car dealer wanted to fix our X5. USAA said, nope, we don't want you driving this car. It's totaled.
I'm a Gronk fan and I'm a Sam Elliott fan. But those commercials where they're living together, it just
Sam Elliott, how you doing?
I just think Sam Elliott would have shot him on sight.
Hey, Gronk,
get off my property.
My arthritis is killing me, Gronk. You want to give me a lower back rub, Gronk? This is Sam Elliott.
I'm going to talk about a great actor, man.
Yeah, really.
Sam Elliott's fantastic. Yeah. That dude is just tremendous. All right, we got to take our last break here. Final chunk of the MJ Morning Show here on a Tuesday, and I'm looking right now at my pile of stuff, and this is as good as it gets. What I have to do in the final segment, this is AAA plus material. Oh, you hear about the Wolf Blitzer finger pointing, and Wolf Blitzer from CNN? He is getting roiled. He's getting roasted online. What did Wolf Blitzer do? This is hysterical. This is funny as hell. All right, hold on. That and a whole lot. The Diddy documentaries that come out today. Is it, Michelle, is it today?
Today.
Oh, wow.
Who did it?
All right. Hang on. Back in a second. We got a lot coming up. MJ Morning Show, 104.7 FM, Q105. My friends at Veterans Ford. It is 9:30 at the MJ Morning Show. Final chunk of the MJ broadcast. But I saw this and I laughed out loud myself. So I can see why this is causing Wolf Blitzer to be roasted. You know, Wolf Blitzer, of course, perennial personality on CNN. Guess he's a big Buffalo Bills fan?
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Did you hear what's going on with Wolf Blitzer?
No, what's going on? I don't follow Wolf Blitzer, but in years past, I've seen more of him than I do now.
I saw recently that Wolf Blitzer, you know, a lot of pressures on CNN to cut costs, ratings are down, and so they've been kind of getting rid of folks who are trying to renegotiate contracts. Anyway, I thought I read that Wolf Blitzer makes like $4 or $5 million a year. That's a good number, right?
For a lead anchor, it sounds like it's a steal.
You know, go ahead and type that into Google. Wolf Blitzer salary, CNN. I think I read recently that he was allegedly making like $4 or $5 million a year.
I would have thought more than that.
Yeah, but where is this? Scroll up. Wolf Blitzer, CNN anchor, has a salary around $3 million a year.
That's not nothing.
Recently re-signed with CNN for a 3-year contract that kept his salary the same. Yeah, so that's another thing is they were trying to, you know, some of their top stars, you know, trying to get them to like re-sign flat and, you know, not raise, you know, the amount. But this is why Wolf Blitzer is getting roasted. He was standing in front of his TV with the Buffalo Bills win. They beat Broncos, right?
They kicked the Broncos' ass.
Right. So the Bills beat the Broncos, and Wolf Blitzer standing in front of his TV, like with at the end of the game with the Bills winning, and he's got his thumb up like, hey, my Bills. Yeah.
Right.
And people are roasting him. He's got 5 remote controls on the shelf. He's got a VCR still plugged in.
Yeah, man.
Oh my gosh, look at his setup.
Armoire.
And look at the size of the bezel on his TV.
Oh,
he's got like a 42-inch, like a Sharp TV. Michelle, we had that TV in 2000, I think when we moved into the house in 2005.
Oh my gosh.
That we had, it was like an Aquos Sharp TV.
Uh-huh.
Remember, that was like, you know, high quality back then.
Right.
Remember Andrew? We used our buddy Andrew. His company is Advanced ESI. They do great home theater. And they put those TVs in our house in 2005. Wolf Blitzer is still rocking a 2005 TV. But look at the bottom shelf. He's got a VCR. There's a VHS player. Look at this thing. And he also has like a DVD player. All right, I can see a DVD player. That's it. If you really care about, home theater, having a great high quality, 4K, Blu-ray, HDR, a recent, high-end DVD player, I still believe in that. But
wait, I'm going to guess that his DVD player is not the one you just described.
No, it's
yeah,
not.
I don't think it's, yeah.
It's sitting right next to
right.
a Panasonic VHS machine from 1999.
All right, so.
Oh, my God. So.
Wolf Blitzer, how old is he?
He's getting roasted. Wolf Blitzer's what? Probably 72 or something?
76.
76.
He's almost 80. He's an almost 80-year-old man who works every day, and he lives what seems like a very modest life electronically.
It's like, dude, you're making $3 million a year, whatever you go buy yourself. Even listen, if you don't want to go high quality like Sony, then go to Walmart and buy yourself a Hisense or a TCL or something.
But if that TV is still working, why buy a new one?
Oh, come on. Come on.
Wait, where are ours? Did you get rid of them? Why did we replace them if they were still working?
MJ, I don't think.
I don't even think they're. I don't even know if they're 720. It might be a 480L.
What does that mean?
Okay, they are
the resolution.
You are an electronic guy. I am not. I will not replace my TV until this one dies.
Right.
Until it dies. And then I'll buy a new one, which will be state of the art. And I'll think, oh, wow, this has really made a huge advance.
I'm in your camp.
Instead of getting one every 2 years or something.
I think I should have said 480p, not 480L.
Oh, yeah. All the nerds,
Yeah.
the electronic. The guy who works at Best Buy was so pissed that you got that wrong.
Nerds are texting Fester right now to correct you.
Tell MJ it's 480.
The Geek Squad has been dispatched to take me out.
That MJ guy doesn't know what he's talking about. He said 480p.
Who just snorted?
That was my nerd impression.
Oh, okay, all right.
He has a nasal issue.
Do you remember the former Disney employee that hacked in and changed the menu online and everything?
I vaguely
remember that, and could have been dangerous because he erased allergens and that kind of stuff on some of the food items. Ooh. Well, Andrew, anything Disney. Whenever I mention Disney, and Andrew, our producer's head perks up. So, Andrew, I don't know if you saw this, but a former Walt Disney World employee has pleaded guilty to hacking into menu creation software and added profanity.
Okay.
Yeah, you're reading the description of the chicken dish, and it's like FU, And
I'll take that.
I'll take the FU chicken.
Yes. What can you tell me about the FUC? That's the FU chicken.
Oh, okay. All right.
FUC. Yeah.
Yeah. I was just, you know what? Maybe I ought to explore. Is there an FU chicken out there?
As a franchise opportunity?
Yeah.
What would you say?
Yeah. Maybe I'll come up with an idea. Start a concept. FU chicken. What do you think?
There's Kung Fu chicken.
Yeah.
And China Fun.
I know that for Vietnamese noodles, there's a whole play on pho.
Yes.
PHO. It's pronounced pho. And then there's one that has the pho, and then it's king
chicken or something.
Yeah, it's pho.
Yeah, we got it. We all got it.
And then I was wondering if there was one that's pho, and then the letter Q.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a fun play on names, right?
Let's start eating at more Vietnamese places.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll find it.
All right, so this guy's pleaded guilty. Federal court records show that Michael Schur will plead guilty to charges of knowingly transmitting a program information code and command to intentionally cause damage without authorization to a protected computer and aggravated identity theft. Yeah. So while accessing menu creation software, Scheuer was accused of making some pages inaccessible, changing fonts on and allergy information. I mean, that could be dangerous. Hey, I have an allergy death story that's awful, which I'll get to here in just a second. Anyway, I remember we mentioned this guy. He got fired or he left Disney. He got
fired.
All disgruntled, yeah. And then he goes in because he still had access to the software. Hey, attention companies, especially like Disney, make sure when you fire somebody that you cut off their access to get into company assets.
I can't do my Mickey. I lost my Mickey voice today.
It's me, Mickey Mouse.
Do it again.
What kind of Mickey Mouse operation is our IT department running here?
What kind of me operations going on around here?
Yeah.
Hey, Minnie.
Yeah.
I dropped a pencil.
Disney claimed that Schroyer's actions resulted in over $150,000 in damage.
Really?
Yeah, they're still trying to come up with the exact amount. His lawyer, David Haas. Are those the kind of avocados you buy?
Those are good ones. Haas.
Oh, Haas. Anyway. So the guy's lawyer told CNBC that he's prepared to accept responsibility for his conduct. Yeah, he's going to go into a Mickey Mouse jail for about 10 years.
Oh, what? Hey, Mickey. I think he's guilty. Oh, what?
Well, he was fired after returning back to work from paternity leave.
Thanks, Michelle.
Yeah. So obviously there was something going on.
I just made myself dizzy, shaking my head like Goofy.
Or did you give yourself a concussion?
You know what? I might have rattled my brain a little bit.
You might have. You were shaking around a lot.
Hey, speaking of an allergy problem, this is awful. Man, my heart breaks for this family. Look how gorgeous this girl is. Just a beautiful young woman. This is out of Jacksonville.
What happened?
The father of a Florida teen is suing a school board after the teen died from consuming a popular dessert that contained nuts. According to a lawsuit.
A popular dessert that contains nuts, was it like a Snickers bar or something?
Listen, according to a lawsuit obtained by Fox television stations, 17-year-old Kayleen Brown was a student at Atlantic Coast High School in Duval County. This is back in April of 2023. Brown attended this school function where baklava, a pastry. It's a
baklava, the Greek pastry,
Greek pastry
with the honey and the phyllo dough.
Yep, baklava was served. The lawsuit alleged that Brown, who suffered from a nut allergy, had asked the staff if the pastry contained nuts and was told it did not, but it did contain pistachio nuts.
Okay, hold on a second.
God.
Everybody, as the buyer, I mean, baklava contains nuts.
Yeah.
I've never heard of or had. I've had baklava maybe 100 times in my life. You know, I mean, a lot. Maybe not too much, but a lot. But it always has nuts in it, pistachios.
She started to exhibit symptoms associated with her food allergy. She went to a local pharmacy to get some Benadryl after she was not seen by a school nurse, and school officials did not contact emergency responders. Well, I mean, she probably should have called 911 herself. Instead of going to a pharmacy to get Benadryl, she probably should have just driven herself or called 911, gone to a hospital right away.
Did she go to the school nurse or the school administrator and say, I have a severe nut allergy, I just ate baklava? Or did she just keep it to herself?
Well, apparently she was not seen by a school nurse, and officials did not contact emergency responders.
Did they know?
Yeah, well,
it says she was not taken to the school nurse, so she might have already been in some way incapacitated. And I will say, since Julian has asthma, it says here that an emergency action plan was not initiated. So every year for school, with his asthma, I had to fill out an emergency action plan. Actually, the physician did.
Wow.
And so if she has a nut allergy, that should have been on file, and that protocol should be filed immediately.
I mean, this is terrible, though. She's a beautiful young woman in the prime of her life.
Yeah, when she arrived at the pharmacy, her symptoms worsened. She experienced anaphylaxis and cardiac arrest. And father is suing the school board. You know, just a vibrant, I mean, really beautiful 17-year-old girl. I'll hold her. This is her picture. I'll hold it up to MJTV.
Okay.
I mean, I can't imagine being a parent and losing a kid to a nut allergy. That's awful. Terrible, terrible story. So what do we know about the Diddy documentary that's supposed to come out today?
I know nothing of it. I didn't know it was coming out today.
Is it on? Oh, yeah, of course, it's on Peacock.
Come on, man.
I swear.
P. Diddy on Peacock?
Yeah, with all the oil.
Yeah.
All the lube and oil. Of course, it's on Peacock.
All right.
Yeah. Newly resurfaced allegations that Sean Diddy Combs allegedly, I can't even say this on the air, that he used a television remote control on, I can't. Wow. This is part of an upcoming documentary. Ashley Parham, who sued Combs in October over claims that he,
All right. Are you going to watch it?
She's going to be featured in a new 90-minute documentary on Peacock about the allegations against P. Diddy. It's a Peacock original Diddy, The Making of a Bad Boy. And I believe it's out today.
Mm-hmm.
So it's available on Peacock today.
Okay. I don't know.
Oh, wait a sec. Yeah, that's out, I believe, today. Then another documentary, The Fall of Diddy, that's scheduled to come out on January 27th and 28th. That's on ID. On Investigation Discovery.
And that's a TMZ.
Is it now?
I think that the downfall of Diddy is done by TMZ's production company.
I think I'm doing the Dateline guy, Keith Morrison.
I think you are.
When I'm trying to do, there's a Discovery guy that also is quite the narrator, isn't there?
Keith, you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Keith, have you ever been invited to one of P. Diddy's freakouts?
Did you know that I was Matthew Perry's stepfather?
I did.
Yes.
R.I.P. Matt.
Anyway, Michelle, you want to watch the Diddy doc?
Yeah, let's go home and watch it.
The Diddy doc on Peacock.
Yeah, it sounds like some lovely afternoon TV time.
Yeah, well, Michelle's got a collection of lubes and oils, too.
What?
I'm kidding.
You are not telling the truth.
It's not a collection. It's just 5.
All right. A couple of quickies here before we get out. China is considering selling TikTok US to Elon Musk amid what appears to be the Supreme Court going to uphold the TikTok ban in the United States.
So last night,
Interesting.
It was before the football game.
Yeah.
I was flipping through the channels. I turned on Fox News.
Yeah.
And it was a female host with blonde hair and has like the long face. I don't know her name.
On what network?
On Fox News.
And
she talks like this, but she's like a really long face.
I don't know.
But
Laura Ingraham?
Yeah.
Oh, her face. She has so much Botox in her face. The only thing that moves is her mouth, and her eyelids do close. And that's the only thing that moves out of her face.
But yeah, I mean, a bunch of people were slamming Elon for something, and then she's like, we have breaking news. China wants to sell it to Elon.
What the hell are you watching Laura Ingraham for?
It was just what's on. It was just one of the channels. It's just a TV show. I wasn't watching the whole thing.
Background noise.
I was waiting to see what parts of her face move and don't move.
Background noise. I'll put a leaf blower on in the background.
I put a leaf blower on too, but that's usually, after a couple of drinks.
I think that's about it. I think we'll stop it right here on a Tuesday on the MJ Morning Show. Yeah, hey, is the Diddy doc out? Let's race home, Michelle. Can you make some buttermilk biscuits when I get home? And we'll watch the Diddy doc, and I'll have some buttermilk biscuits.
Not today.
Probably the only person in the country who's going to watch the Diddy doc eating buttermilk biscuits.
Michelle's homemade with White Lily winter wheat flour. And just slightly spoiled buttermilk. Those are the best.
Yes, I'm aware.
Yeah. All right, Michelle, thank you for sitting in today.
You're welcome.
My lovely wife, Michelle, did a wonderful job.
Wonderful.
Yeah. All right, folks.
Checks in the mail.
See you back here tomorrow for the Wednesday edition of the MJ Morning Show on Q105 Tampa Bay, 104.7 FM. And as always, my friends, do me a favor. Let's be careful out there.
Download the app now. Get the Q105 app and listen to us anywhere. Powered by Anna.